check, check. Mic check, mic check.
I got you in my left ear.
Yeah, I got you.
The TribLive High School Sports Network is your home for high school sports. We broadcast over 2,000 high school sporting events each year, over 15 sports, and across 10 counties. Visit us online at HSSN.TribLive.com and find the latest in high school sports news, along with live and archive broadcasts, scores, stats, standings, and more, including premium shows live from the Excella Health Studios. TribLive High School Sports Network, the official video and audio streaming network of the WPIAL. High school football at TribHSSN.TribLive.com is sponsored by Dollar Bank, by Seton Hill University, by 380 Discount Warehouse, by Carlow University, by Excella Health, by Chick-fil-A Robinson, and by Trib Total Media. Now let's head out to Elizabeth Forward High School and join Sean Saputo and Kevin Zielmanski for all the action.
And we are live from Elizabeth Forward High School, Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. I'm Sean Saputo, joined alongside Kevin Zielmanski, and tonight a high-profile Big East Conference matchup. It's the undefeated 5-0 Elizabeth Forward Warriors with a 4-0 conference mark hosting the North Catholic Trojans, who come in 5-1 overall and 3-1 in the Big East Conference. The lone loss on the season for the North Catholic Trojans came 2 weeks ago, 27-0 at the hands of the Derry Trojans. Well, Elizabeth Forward decided to hand Derry its first conference loss of the season last week in a thrilling 25-22 victory on this very field. And tonight, it's a matter of, can Elizabeth Forward keep the run going, or will North Catholic set up the potential for a three-way tie come the end of it here in the Big East Conference, Kevin?
Yeah, Sean, those three teams have started to separate themselves in this Big East Conference as the top three teams. And then you start to get into the other teams, the Deer Lakes, York, et cetera, that have two losses. But coming in tonight, the host Warriors, the number 2 seed, facing the Trojans, the number 4 seed in our Trib rankings. It's going to be interesting. You and I were down on the field talking to both of the coaches, and both of them are very, very excited about their quarterbacks here that we're going to see tonight.
And both those quarterbacks are seniors and junior. For Elizabeth Forward, it's Zach Benedict, the 6'1", 190-pound senior quarterback, has gotten some Division I AA looks from St. Francis and Robert Morris, but also has a high-profile Division III look from national power Mount Union in Alliance, Ohio. And on the opposite side for North Catholic, it is Zach Rocco, who is the 6'3", 230-pound junior quarterback who has thrown for nearly 1,000 yards this year with 13 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions. He's also ran for 230 yards this year. It's going to be a battle of the quarterbacks tonight in this Big East Conference matchup.
As Sean, you mentioned, Rocco with the 16 touchdowns last year accounted for 42, 30 of them in the air, 12 on the ground. So it's going to be very interesting to see, which quarterback is able to kind of read the defenses well enough to control the play and dictate tempo. They both mentioned that Elizabeth Forward likes to be physical, so we'll see if they're able to establish more of a ground game versus the Trojans' space, spread them out, get them into space offense.
North Catholic will rely on, as well, Nakai Hill Green, its Division I recruit, the junior, 6'1", 215, does it at both the tight end / wide receiver position as well as the middle linebacker position. He has 14 catches for 271 yards on the season, 5 total touchdowns, including a couple on the ground. And
ranked third in the class of 2020 in the state of Pennsylvania by rivals, so Elizabeth Forward is very well aware of his ability, and talking to the coaches for the Trojans, we were trying to ascertain where he may play in college, and they mentioned that the college universities are still trying to figure that out. He could be offensive, defensive, so that just demonstrates his skill on both sides of the ball.
The captains for tonight's pregame coin toss at midfield were Tyree Brown, Dominic Prentice, Nakai Hill Green, and Zach Rocco for North Catholic. And for Elizabeth forward, it was Nate Homa, A.J. Ackerman, and Zach Benedict. Both Ackerman and Nate Homa, Division I looks as well on the 2A side, and Division II looks for Homa. A.J. Ackerman, the 6'7", 310 senior, he is headed to Towson University. And Elizabeth forward won the toss, deferred to the second half, and it will be North Catholic starting out. And a short kick on the middle of the field, an onside look for Elizabeth forward to start this one out, and scooped up and dropping immediately to the turf and by Joey Prentice for North Catholic, the backup quarterback playing as an up man. And 1st and 10 for the Trojans from its own 42-yard line behind quarterback Zach Rocco. Expect to see at receiver tonight Isaac Peterson, Nick Marher, Tyree Brown, Nakai Hill Green, and on the line, Alex Mikulski, Dominic Prentice, Jack Friel, Carson Primrose, M. Finnegan O'Shea, Rashad Allen, Anthony Cerventi, and Cameron Branch, along with Pierce Corey, will see time in the backfield. Empty set, motioning a man from the right side slot and being wrapped up and tackled down immediately on the carry. Coming around from the right side slot, Cameron Branch on the carry. He gets tackled down well behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 5 on the play, 2nd and 15 from the 37 for North Catholic in its own territory.
Yeah, they brought him in motion here, and he almost caught the snap. I mean, it arrived right as the quarterback got it, and good penetration by Nate Homa. I mean, first play, first tackle for loss, makes it 2nd and 15 for the Trojans.
Two receivers to the near side right for North Catholic with a single back in the backfield. Rolling out to his right is Rocco. The left-hander looks downfield, and that pass nearly intercepted at midfield by Elizabeth forward. Coming up and making the play defensively, Zach Benedict, who you'll see at quarterback on the next drive, and it's 3rd down and 15.
Yeah, to see the southpaw rolling to his weaker side, having to turn those shoulders, their little combination. The outside receiver ran a little in curl, and the inside receiver ran a little out. Pretty well covered on both sides. He tried to squeeze that one into the inside receiver. 3rd and very long here, 3rd and 15, 11-16 on the clock, first quarter. We have a legal man downfield for the Trojans, Klein.
So it will stay 3rd down and 15, and instead of electing to take the extra 5 and make it a 2nd and 20, Elizabeth forward declines the penalty. So stays 3rd down and 15 for North Catholic from its own 37-yard line on the far hashes. 11-16 here, 11-15 left here in the first quarter. No score.
As you see often now, Sean, players all looking to the sidelines to get confirmation of the call.
Nakai Hill Green motions to the far side of the field, and we have a pre-snap penalty and a false start on North Catholic. We'll bounce the Trojans back 5 more yards, and from the 37 to the 32, it makes it a 3rd and 20.
Moving backwards are the Trojans right now, Sean. The first play just blew up with a good play by the linebacker Homa. Missed on the second pass down the field, and now the penalty pushes them back, and we have 3rd and 20 on this first possession.
Rocco, 4 receiver set, 3 on the near side of the field, throws a short screen pass, catch is made to the 40, breaks a tackle 45, getting near midfield and tackled down at the 48-yard line, just 4 yards shy of the line to gain for a pickup of 16. In the backfield, Cameron Branch.
Safe play for the Trojans. Little middle screen, allow some penetration. You see Homa in there. It was well blocked. Right there he made one guy miss, and then it was Nick Hunnell making the saving tackle.
Rocco pooch punts, and a high arcing punt bounces inside the 15 and takes a North Catholic roll and is marked down at the 6-yard line. Coming in coverage to mark it down was Rashad Allen, and now Elizabeth forward pinned deep in its own territory for its first drive.
No returner back for the Warriors. They were worried about them going for it just around midfield, so they pooch punt, and now they're going to start back in their own territory. They're going to spot it, looks like, on the 7-yard line of the Warriors for their first possession.
This will bring out Zach Benedict, the quarterback, for the first time tonight. Already made a play defensively. has a 4-receiver look with a single back in the backfield. One receiver to the far side. Checking at the line, Benedict in the gun. Makes the handoff, holds it himself, carries ahead to get a little more positioning for the Warriors, and a pickup of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6.
Well, Coach Colodi talked about wanting to be physical, so the inside run on the first possession, deep in their own territory, playing it kind of safe.
Benedict looking like he may go under center with the 3 receivers on the far side of the field. Just elects to drop back. McCosey in the backfield with him to his left. Benedict takes the snap, hands it off McCosey. McCosey goes off right tackle, gets to the 15, cuts back middle of the field, 20, breaks another tackle and is brought down at the 21. And a 1st down after a pickup. Actually, they'll mark him at the 19-yard line. They'll move it ahead now to the 21, so a pickup of 11 and a 1st down.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Benedict takes a check, looks back. Ball at the 21-yard line. Just drive started at the 7. 3 receivers along the far side of the field. 5 on the play clock. 9:30 left, 1st quarter. Benedict, short screen, coming back, making the catch at the 20, get in the far sideline, 25-30, and finally knocked down Nate Alberts on the reception, depending on where they spot the football. They'll mark him right at the line to gain, or a yard shy. They'll mark him a yard shy, so a 9-yard reception for Alberts. Brings up a 2nd down and a manageable 1 for Elizabeth forward, who is quickly at the line.
Yeah, good bubble screen to the short side of the field, well blocked. Almost picked up the 1st down there. Right away, they're back in formation.
Benedict takes the low snap, decides to hold it himself, dives ahead, will pick up the 1st down, and he is bottled up after a pickup of 3 on the play.
Tough inside running. As we see, nice handle in the low snap there. Ground ball, picks his head up, searches for that space in the line there, gets just enough for the 1st down before the tackle was made by was that Hill Green.
Hill Green, the defensive player to watch for North Catholic from the middle linebacker position, wearing number 41 in white. 2 receivers split to each side. Benedict throws, out pattern, incomplete. Intended on the far side of the field. And dropped down, as that was just an errant pass overthrown by Benedict. The intended target, Nico Mervis, for the Warriors.
2nd and 10, just under 9 minutes here. If anything, Sean, at least they've got out from the shadow of their own goal line. Here comes a blitz.
Now a handoff, fake handoff to McCosey, and wrapped up is Benedict. He continues to fight, but he is going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2 on the play. And a 3rd down and 12 now for Elizabeth forward from its own 31-yard line.
Good defensive call, good timing. See the penetration right there. Had a little hold of the jersey. They were able to get it to the right side and grabbing onto the ankle. Couldn't see that number there, but he wasn't going to let go to pick up that 1st down.
3rd and 12 for Elizabeth forward. Benedict in the gun, drops back to pass, looks far sideline, catch made out of bounds at the 46-yard line. On the comeback route, Nate Alberts for a pickup of 15 and a 1st down.
Good timing on that play. You get a look here. It's Benedict looking to the right, sees Alberts. Alberts makes a nice cut to the short side, 2 feet in. 1st down.
1st and 10 for the Warriors. Just shy of the 50-yard line at its own 46. Marked at the far hashes. 2 receivers flanked on each side of the field. Alberts on the far sideline. He has both catches tonight. Handoff McCosey. McCosey gets across midfield, and he is tackled down at the North Catholic 47-yard line. A pickup of 7 and a 2nd and short 3 for the Warriors.
Sean, I'm noticing in North Catholic, they're getting up close to the center, timing the snap. So see if Benedict uses a hard count here at some point to try to catch him on an offsides play. But we got 2nd and short after picking up 7 on that 1st down.
3 receivers now move to the near side of the field for the Warriors. 7:42 left. Back to pass. Benedict looks downfield, deep, far sideline, going for Alberts. That pass is incomplete. Thrown into double coverage, coming over to make the play defensively for North Catholic from the safety position, Tyree Brown.
Look at a little stutter and go there on the right side. Benedict lays it out there, but the safety coming over there, Tyree Brown. Right there at the end, we see Sean, we were on the field, and we were getting a lot of help from Mitchell Zombeck, who was injured. He's the starting center. He's not playing. He's basically out for the year, and we're seeing a lot of low snaps. And Benedict's having to handle a lot of low snaps by the replacement center here on this first drive.
Zombeck with knee surgery. Out for the year. Now Benedict drops the snap. Coming in to make the recovery. Who else but Nakai Hill-Green. Coming in from the middle linebacker position. Recovers the ball at the 50-yard line, and North Catholic takes over 1st and 10 at midfield. And with that, we'll take one last look on the snap.
That snap was good. It just hit him right in the stomach.
And with that, we will send it to break. The score 0-0, 7:35 left here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Introducing Everybody Shops, the informative online store offering a wide range of quality, unique products for your everyday needs, recommended and written about by field experts. Gadgets, gifts, gear, and more. Read, learn, shop. It's all here. Visit everybodyshops.com today.
And we're back on the TribLive High School Sports Network as North Catholic taking over at midfield before the first snap. False start again on North Catholic. So from 1st and 10 at midfield goes to now 1st and 15 from its own 45-yard line.
3 and out on that first possession, but better field position here.
2 receivers on the near side for North Catholic. Back to pass. Rocco looking. Checks, rolls to his right, throws across his body, catch made, moving to the near sideline 45 and being bounced out of bounds inside Elizabeth forward territory after a pickup on the play of 13 yards. Tyree Brown with the catch.
Nice delivery here by Rocco. He looks downfield, hauls it down, moves a little to his right in the pocket, and delivers a nice pass without even setting his feet. Squares those shoulders and floats it in there very nicely.
Right now, we'd like to say goodbye to those watching on our social media. Make sure to watch the rest of the game here on HSSN.TribLive.com. On the second down carry, a pickup of 3 on the play and a first down, and it's Cameron Branch on the carry. He came in with 325 yards on the ground this season.
Second first down of this drive into the Warriors' territory.
Into up-tempo, another handoff, dive up the middle off center, and getting across the 30 to the 29-yard line for a 10-yard pickup is Branch, and one official marking the spot has him at the 29. That is where he is marked. They call the first down, and it is an exact pickup of 10.
Good blocking by the interior of the Trojans line. Carson Primrose, Jack Friel gave Branch a little bit of space, and he found it first down.
3 receivers bunched to the far side of the field. And now we have movement on the line. Coming up was Nate Homa from the linebacker position, taking a hard rush towards the line, and he may have jumped. Did in fact jump, so free 5 for North Catholic. So first down and 5 for the Trojans at the Elizabeth forward 24-yard line. And we have 6:53 left here in the first.
Opens up the playbook here, first and very short.
Motioning a receiver on the jet sweep, handing it off to him, getting to the near sideline to the 20 and being knocked out of bounds on the play. Tyree Brown with the carry. A pickup of 8 on the play.
McConnell made the tackle for the Warriors. Good timing here. Nice job by Rocco to reach out with the right hand and get that snap that was a little bit wayward. Get it to the running back in time there. Brown on the jet sweep.
North Catholic moving closer. Now a bobble by Rocco, fielded in the backfield by Branch, and he dives ahead for a pickup of 2 on the play. And a 2nd and 8.
You see that little bobble from the shotgun formation. Luckily, Branch kept his eye on it, got positive yard out of it. If that would have fell to the turf, we could have had 2nd and very long here, installed the drive.
Another handoff to Branch, goes off right tackle, rips down one defender, but he is brought down for no gain on the play. Great pursuit defensively for Elizabeth forward, and it came from Nick Hunnell.
Again, it was Hunnell. I think he has at least 3 by my count, maybe 4 tackles already in this first quarter.
3rd and 8, ball on the Elizabeth forward, 15-yard line for North Catholic. No running back in the backfield, empty set. A tight end in with 4 receivers split amongst each side. Clock winds to 5:15 left here in the first. Back to pass, Rocco looking near sideline, back of the end zone, incomplete, intended for Tyree Brown. Thrown into double coverage with Dante Gilbert and Chris McCosey back there in coverage. Overthrow, and it's now 4th and 8 for North Catholic.
You see Brown split wide right, runs a little bit of a cut in. When you're going to throw it into double coverage, you want to put it high. So give Brown a chance to go up and get
North Catholic going for it on 4th and 8. Rocco rolls to his left, looks downfield, throws to the marker, incomplete. Is there a flag on the play? They say no flag for pass interference. It was a play defensively by Benedict coming up and bumping the receiver. Turnover on downs for North Catholic, and EF takes over at its own 15-yard line.
Good penetration there by the right defensive end, forcing Rocco to go a little bit wider. Ooh, that was close. That was Benedict, the quarterback, coming in there. Looked like he delivered a blow a little bit early, but no call made, so they're going to take over on their own 15.
5:02 left, first quarter. No score. Elizabeth forward about to start its second drive, again deep in its own territory. Both drives for EF have started at its own 7 and its own 15. In the gun is Benedict, the running back next to him. Takes the handoff and dragged down in the backfield is McCosey. A loss of 7 on the play. Stepping up and making the tackle for North Catholic defensively was Eamon Straub.
Junior with good penetration into the backfield. He's coming around the left end. They got a good beat on Benedict's cadence.
First rush for loss tonight for McCosey, and 2 carries for 18 yards on his first couple. Now the 2 receivers move to the far side of the field. Benedict takes the snap, and he gives it to McCosey again. He'll pick up positive yardage to the 12 for a gain of 5. And it is now a 3rd and 13 for Elizabeth forward.
Again, the linebacker, Hill Green, you see him coming into the picture here. He goes right through that A-gap on the left side, although Benedict gave it to the running back going to the right, so they ran away from Hill Green. But the linebacker's got a really good read on the snap right now for the Warriors.
3 receivers on the near side. Benedict back to pass, rolls out to his left, looking downfield, pump fakes. Now he steps across the line, and he is dragged down on the near sideline at the 16-yard line. A pickup of 3 on the play, and it's now 4th and 9.
Well, you see the heavy pressure rolling to his left. Benedict decides he's going to have to keep it. Nice tackle by his quarterback counterpart, Rocco, as a linebacker right there. And I think we're getting an idea, Sean, of what the defensive philosophy today is. The pressure Benedict, and don't allow him to sit back there and pick him apart.
Benedict takes the snap. He pooch punts, and this is just high, wobbly, and out of bounds on the near sideline. And it's going to be marked here well within EF territory at the 30-yard line. And with that, we will send you to break. The score 0-0 in the first quarter. 3:08 left here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
If you're a working professional ready to move up in your career, Seton Hill University has a program just for you. Seton Hill's adult degree program offers flexible undergraduate degree courses in areas like accounting, criminal justice, business, and human services. The adult degree program has 5 start dates a year and offers convenient course times, financial aid, a 96% placement rate, and career services for life. Register for our next info session and learn more at setonhill.edu/ADP. Seton Hill University, this way up.
Back at Elizabeth Forward High School, no score as we are with 3:12 left in the first quarter. North Catholic starting at the Elizabeth Forward 30-yard line. Handoff Branch goes off left guard, and he is wrapped quickly and tackled down at the 28-yard line for a 2-yard pickup. 2nd down and 8 for North Catholic. Went 3 and out on its first drive, turned the ball over on downs at the Elizabeth Forward 15 its second drive, and now starts with exceptional field position at the Elizabeth Forward 30. And now picks up 2 yards on the effort. Branch already 6 carries in this game. Make it 7 as he goes off left tackle, and he is wrapped up and tackled at the knees quickly for a 1-yard gain. 3rd down and 7.
Good pursuit by McCosey, the safety there, because look at the hole there, Sean. A lot of room to drive through there. McCosey goes low, takes Branch off his feet for a good tackle to save. He would have had a good run close to 1st down there.
2:15 and counting left here in the first quarter. No score in this Big East Conference matchup between undefeated Elizabeth Forward and 5-1 North Catholic. Back to pass. Rocco looks downfield over the middle. It's for Brown. The catch is made inside the 10, and he is wrapped up and tackled down. We'll wait to see the official spot. They'll mark him at the 7, a pickup of 20 and a 1st down.
You can see it right off the snap. It was Brown. He had good inside position on the cornerback. He ran a little post. Delivered well by Rocco. 1st down for the Trojans during the red zone.
2 catches for 33 yards for Brown already. 1st and goal from the Elizabeth Forward 7, and a timeout taken by North Catholic with 1:51 left here in the first quarter with no score.
Gives us an opportunity to tell you coming up at the half, it's the TribLive High School Sports Halftime Show. This week, Dawn Rebel and the Trib's Chris Harlan discuss home field advantage and some of the great stadiums around the WPIAL. I'm sure the Pit is going to make an appearance on that, as will the Wolverina.
And this year, Fort Ligonier Days is celebrating our heritage then and now. On October 12th, 13th, and 14th, enjoy live music, browse over 200 craft vendors, and taste foods from over 30 different vendors. Visit the restaurant and merchants around town. Don't miss out on the award-winning parade and reenactments at the fort, where you can journey back to 1758. See for yourself why Ligonier is the most charming city in America. Don't forget, it's October 12th, 13th, and 14th. Visit FortLigonierDays.com for interactive maps and more. 1st and goal for North Catholic from the Elizabeth Forward 7-yard line. Rocco in the pistol. 2 receivers on the near side. Rocco runs the option, and he is blown up behind the line of scrimmage back at the 11-yard line for a 4-yard loss. And not only that, Rocco's helmet pops off, and he must come off for the 2nd down play, 2nd and goal from the 11.
Or take a timeout. See what they're going to do here. Looks like it's going to be Tyree Brown moving in to take this next snap. He'll take the snap that Rocco has to sit out because his helmet became dislodged.
Brown in the shotgun with Cerventi to his left. Takes the snap, hands off to Cerventi. Breaks 1 tackle, loses the football, ball on the turf, scooped up by Elizabeth Forward at its own 15-yard line. And another big play defensive move by Elizabeth Forward to regain the football.
Well, the snap and handoff was clean. It's just a good reach in there by 68, A.J. Ackerman. The Division I recruit does a nice job on the tackle with the paw, reaching in, stripping the football, falling on it. Is Nate Homa, and the Warriors take over for their 3rd possession.
Goes down as a gain of a yard. And then the fumble loss. 1:07 left, first quarter, no score. But again, Elizabeth Forward starting deep in its own territory, back at its own 16-yard line. 1st and 10, Benedict takes the snap, hands it off, diving ahead, getting past the line of scrimmage, and being tackled short of the 20-yard line and on the carry. was Evan Lewis, his first carry of the night. Tackled at the 19 for a 3-yard pickup. 2nd and 7. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Both teams still looking to crack the scoreboard. Benedict moves a third receiver to the near side left. Takes the snap. Design quarterback run. Gets wrapped up and tackled down at the line to gain. It is Nakai Hill-Green on the tackle. No gain. 3rd down and 7.
Well, Hill-Green, the disruptive force, just fighting off. Or nice job there on the outside. Was Straub taking up the blocker, giving the space for Hill-Green to come between the offensive linemen and make the tackle there for the Trojans.
And that will do it. And after 1 quarter of play here from Elizabeth Forward High School Stadium, the score 0-0. We'll send you to break. It's the video game of the week here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
380 Discount Warehouse in Murraysville carries a full line of brand new furniture at discount pricing. 380 Discount Warehouse carries Ashley, Liberty, Vaughn Bassett, and Best Home Furniture, and many more. You can special order your furniture at discount pricing. While you're there, shop the many other departments, including tools, automotive, food, pet and wildlife, household goods and cleaning supplies, lawn and garden, and seasonal holiday decor. Visit them on the web at shop380.com or on the road on Route 380 in Murraysville. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 9 to 5. Shop 380 Discount Warehouse and save big.
Welcome back to Elizabeth Forward High School. Don't forget to tune in for This Week in the WPIAL on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Join us as we visit with some of the top WPIAL coaches, plus we recap Week 6 and we preview Week 7 of the WPIAL regular season. We're in October, Sean, so we're already getting towards the discussion about playoff positioning. And don't forget that some of the top athletes in the WPIAL are featured every week on the TribLive High School Sports Network. Log on to our website this fall and check out which athletes are talking to us.
Hard to believe, after tonight, only 3 weeks left in the regular season in the WPIAL, and then once November strikes, we head to the playoffs in the Highway to Hines, the Road to Robert Morris, and I'm not sure what they're going to call the one to Norwin yet.
The Parkway to Norwin.
The Parkway to Norwin. 3rd and 7 for Elizabeth Forward to start the second quarter. It's a fake from Benedict. Throw, first down catch made on the far side of the field. It was Nico Mervis making the catch. And now they're going to spot him well short. Mervis caught that at the first down marker, but they are going to spot him shy, and now they're going to move the sticks and move the football up to the 28-yard line.
Let's take a look here. Yeah, it looked like he had advanced far enough to move the sticks, and that's what they got to eventually. Forward progress, first down Warriors.
Needed 7, got 9 on the play. Benedict checking with his line. Moves back to the gun. 3 receivers on the near side of the field. Takes the snap, hands it off. Lewis, dive up the middle, 30, 35, 40. Makes a cut back in midfield and tackled down at the 50-yard line for a pickup of 22 yards and an Elizabeth Forward first down.
Biggest run of the game so far. Evan Lewis gets the handoff, runs to the left side, sees some daylight, got his head up nicely into the secondary, trying to make that last tackler miss, but it was Rashad Allen making the tackle well downfield. First down for the Warriors, the second of this drive.
Now Benedict again checking at his line. 3 receivers move to the far side of the field. In the gun, Lewis in the backfield, takes the snap, cuts at the line, and dives ahead for a 2-yard pickup. It will be 2nd and 8 for Elizabeth Forward, cracking into North Catholic territory at the 48-yard line.
Tackle again made by Hill Green. As you see right there, it was Lewis. Play was designed to go left. He had to cut back right, and he cut back right into Mr. Hill Green, who made the tackle. But can't seem to keep the mouth guard attached to his face mask. And now he switches positions right there.
Back into the gun is Benedict. Designed screen, that one incomplete. Coming over to attempt the screen catch was Austin Roan, and it's 3rd down and 8.
just not thrown very well right there by Benedict. Too low. Austin Roan could not reach down, keep it off the turf. 3rd and long. 10:32 remaining in the half.
Still no score between Elizabeth Forward and North Catholic.
It's been unusual for all the games we've done this year.
Low snap, Benedict sets up the screen to Lewis. Lewis wrapped up by Nakai Hill-Green, who came out of nowhere. Limits that to a 3-yard play and a 4th and 5. Fantastic pursuit by Hill-Green.
Yeah, the screen was set up pretty well, but the two blockers downfield just did not find Mr. Hill-Green, and I would think, Sean, that that's one defender that you want to locate on the Trojans, and he did a nice job in pursuit, making the tackle, and now they're going to be in punt formation.
Benedict drops back. He pooch punted last time, and it did not go well. Does so this time, and it gets a great roll inside the 10, keeps rolling, takes a bounce back, and Elizabeth Forward downs it at the 6-yard line. And with 9:45 left in the first half, there's still no score here on the TribLive High School Sports Network's Video Game of the Week.
Excella Health knows how important shoulders, knees, and ankles are to an athlete. Whether you're on the gridiron, under the boards, or walking a balance beam, being on the sidelines is never an option. Excella Health has a trusted team of orthopedic surgeons and athletic trainers right here in Westmoreland County. To learn more about Excella Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, visit them on the web at excellahealth.org. That's excellahealth.org.
No score at Elizabeth Forward High School Stadium between the Warriors and the Trojans. North Catholic starting its first drive of the second quarter from its own 6-yard line. 1st and 10, 3-receiver look on the near side with a lone receiver to the far side right. Rocco back to pass, throws over the middle of the field, catch is made at the 20. Now a cutback 25-30, broken tackle at the 35 to midfield, and finally brought down on the play. Who else but Tyree Brown on the catch, and it's a first down.
50-yard pass play by the Trojans. Just a good route there by Brown. We saw it on the other side of the field in the first quarter. Rocco gave him a little head signal right there. Led Bob, looked at him all the way. Nice little cut in, delivered low, and then he makes a few defenders miss. Look at him escape those 3 defenders right there. And the little slipperiness right there to get away from a tackler from behind, and gets it across midfield.
47 yards on the pickup, and now a pre-snap penalty on Elizabeth Forward gives 5 free yards, and now North Catholic deeper into Elizabeth Forward territory at the Warrior 42-yard line.
Sean, we see Rocco likes that route with Brown. Split wide, runs that little cut in. He delivers it nicely. Brown, they have to respect his speed. He gets a little cushion, runs a nice route.
3 catches for 80 yards tonight for Tyree Brown. Rocco back in the gun, looks downfield, going for Brown again, far side of the field, incomplete. Around the 15-yard line, Brown on the back shoulder fade, unable to come up with it, and it's now 2nd and 5.
Nate Albert's in coverage, and he's having a hard time over there with Tyree Brown. Brown used a little bit of an extended arm, as you'll see, creating a little separation, but just thrown over the wrong shoulder. Threw it over the right shoulder instead of the left shoulder.
Alberts covering Tyree Brown has had some struggles tonight doing so far. We'll look to clean that up. 2nd down and 5 from the 42. Rocco takes the snap, handoff Branch, goes off right guard, dives ahead, and he's going to get close to the line to gain. Looks like they'll give him the 5 yards and the first down.
They're moving sticks. This drive started deep in their own territory at the 6, and now here we are picking up this first down right at the 37-yard line of the Warriors. 1st and 10 are the Trojans. We have 9:15 remaining in the first half.
Making 57 yards on just a couple plays is North Catholic on this drive. Now in motion on the jet sweep. Fakes the handoff, goes to the tailback, diving ahead and tackled inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Again as Branch. Just a pickup of 3, 2nd and 7.
Little misdirection as Marhar comes in motion. Looks like he's going to take it, but it wasn't. It was Branch taking that handoff. A little inside running game there, picks up a few.
Go under 8:40 left here in the first half. Still no score. Now Nakai Hill Green motions. He takes the handoff on the sweep off right tackle. Gets to the 30. First down yardage for Nakai Hill Green. Will depend on the spot. Needed to get to the 27-yard line. They mark him at the 26. And pickup of 8 for the first down.
Get a look here at Hill Green in motion. Takes the handoff from Rocco. Good kick-out block by Branch. Good blocking downfield by Brown. Enough of a seam for him to pick up the first down.
Rocco stays in the shotgun, drops back to pass, looking far side of the field, intended for Brown, incomplete. Fantastic coverage on the far side of the field by Alberts.
Alberts was stride for stride, Sean. Did a nice job that time. Far right, far side of the field, Rocco delivering it. Nice ball. Alberts got his head turned. He was able to locate the ball, put up his right hand, deflect that pass away from Brown, stop the long gain. It could have been a touchdown.
8:07 left here in the first half. Looking for our first points of the game. Hill Green again in motion, takes the handoff, goes to the far sideline. He is bottled up and brought down maybe after a yard on the play. That's all they'll give him. And it's 3rd down and 9 for North Catholic from the Elizabeth forward 25-yard line.
Good defense that time by the Warriors, stringing out the run play to the short side of the field. As you get a look at A.J. Ackerman there on the right, the left defensive end position, a little jump there.
And
nice cadence.
Again, Elizabeth forward jumping for the 3rd time tonight. Free 5 yards for North Catholic, and it is 3rd down and 4 as compared to 3rd down and 9 from the Elizabeth forward 20.
Don't forget, Sean, coming up at the half, it's the TribLive High School Sports Halftime Show. This week, Don Rebel and the Trib's Chris Harlan discuss home field advantage in some of the great stadiums around the WPIAL.
It's one thing that Elizabeth forward hasn't had much as of the past few years, going back to 2003. This team only 31-40 at home, including 23-32 in the conference. Handoff Branch. He's wrapped up. He's not going to get the first down. He gets a yard, maybe 2 on the carry. And now a 4th down decision for North Catholic. It is 4th down and 2. They gave him 2 on the play.
Little counter play. Pulled the guard right behind Mikulski there. Surprised they're not going to go for the points, but they're going for it here.
Rocco in the gun, hard count, may try to get Elizabeth forward to jump off sides. 15 on the play clock, 7:08 left here in the first half.
Their kicker's a freshman.
And now, still slow working, 5 on the play clock. Rocco takes the snap, they'll go for it. He dives ahead, he has the first down yardage inside the 15 to the 13 for a gain of 4 on the play and a first down.
Rocco deep in the shotgun. They see nice pick-up a block there of Homa. That was a nice job by Branch. Nate Homa come into the backfield. Branch picked him up, gave Rocco the seam. He was running full speed. That's what, when you use the quarterback as a runner, instead of handing it off, you got that extra blocker, and that time that prevented Homa from making the tackle for loss.
1st and 10. And another jump by the Elizabeth forward defensive line. The 4th time and 2nd on this drive already. 3rd on this drive already. And Elizabeth forward has jumped. And now inside the 10-yard line moves North Catholic to the 8-yard line. So 1st and 5 from the 8. Nakai Hill Green moving to the far side of the field, and he is bottled up and taken out of bounds on the play. We'll get close to first down yardage. Needs the 3-yard line.
Again, Hill Green in motion. Little double team on the defender out there. Maybe a little bit of a hole. Not called.
Give them 3 yards to the 5. 2nd and 2. Slow moving now is North Catholic with 6:33 left first half. Looking to score the game's first points. Rocco makes the handoff to Branch. Dive up the middle, and Rocco is in for the North Catholic touchdown. Zach Rocco A 5-yard touchdown carry. And the first points goes to North Catholic. It's 6-0.
Well, as you see here, well blocked on the left side of the line. He fakes the handoff to Branch, a couple pulling guards, and no one touched him, Sean. He walked into the end zone untouched for the first points of the game. Trojans lead 6-0 with the point after attempt upcoming.
The freshman Wilkinsman to do the kicking. Snap good. The kick is blocked. Bounces into the hands and throwing it into the end zone and nearly intercepted, just batted down. It got bounced back into the hands to Pierce Corey. The extra point is no good. It was 6:32 left in the first half from Elizabeth Forward High School. The score, North Catholic 6, Elizabeth Forward nothing. It's your video game of the week here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveSYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the TribLive High School Sports Network.
So it's North Catholic scoring the first points of the night here at Elizabeth Forward High School. A 5-yard touchdown carry by quarterback Zach Rocco. His 4th rushing touchdown in the last 2 weeks. Last week had 5 carries for 75 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. And tacks on another one tonight.
94 yards, 3 minutes, 16 seconds.
Great.
Trojans went. Aided by the long pass play on the first down.
Great drive by North Catholic. And we say 6-0. We have 6:32 left here in the first half. And maybe not the score you would expect out of these teams. I mean, you can 6 or 1/2 dozen of the other on this one. North Catholic came in 4th in Class 3A and led the conference in points per game with 32.2. Elizabeth Forward also in the top half, 7th in the 3A and 4th in the conference, averaging 27 points. But both defenses have been pristine this season as the kick goes to the far side of the field, bounces and gets past the return man. Down at the 6, picking it up is Lewis, makes a move, and he is wrapped up in the continuous poor field position to start drives for Elizabeth Forward continues. It will be at its own 8-yard line with 6:24 left here in the first half. But as I go off that, it was with these defenses, North Catholic allows just 12.3 points per game. 3rd in Class 3A, 2nd in the conference. Elizabeth Forward, 3rd in the conference, 4th in 3A, allowing 15.4 a game. But I guess you can misconstrue the fact that despite allowing just 15 points or less by both these teams, when you have Aliquippa allowing 1 point a game, you don't have the chance to crock that top spot.
But to follow up on your other point, first drive started on the 7, then the 15, then the 16, and now the 8. That's their 4 drives.
Fake the handoff to McCoskey, bouncing off as Benedict gets to the 10, to the near hash is 20. Another tackle made in the near side of the field by Branch to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 16. They have them marked at the 9 to start the drive, but still a 16-yard pickup for Benedict and a first down.
Not sure, but that might be their longest gain of this game. Nice job rolling to the right, making someone miss, getting out from deep in their own territory.
Benedict still in the gun. This time, fakes the handoff again, gets to midfield, 30, 35, 40, in the middle of the field, 45, and he is brought down at the 48-yard line, a pickup of 23, and another Elizabeth Forward first down, and there is your longest play of the night, Kevin.
2 plays, they pick up 40 total yards. Fake the handoff to the right side, and good blocking on the left side of the line there for the Warriors. Sullivan, Kane, Benedict finds a space, and now they're up to their own 48-yard line after starting on their own 8 2 plays ago.
Slow moving offense now for Elizabeth Forward as we have 5:35 left in the first half. Warriors trail 6-0 to the Trojans, and now taking its first time out of the half is Elizabeth Forward.
Sean, that gives gives me an opportunity to remind everyone to check out the new Rebel Yell podcast featuring our own Don Rebel, as he talks WPIAL football every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Also use the hashtag AskDon with all your questions, as Don has the answers, accurate or not, during every Friday show. Today, one of the non-football questions was, how do you eat your corn on the cob? So Don is willing to take all questions.
Didn't get a chance to meet these head coaches. Pat O'Shea for North Catholic in his second season, 15-4 overall, 10-1 in conference play. Mike Colautti, 20-13 overall at Elizabeth Forward with a 17-11 overall mark in conference play. If EF can win tonight's game, that'll be its 21st victory under Colautti in 4 years. Elizabeth Forward won that many games between 2009 and 2014 before Colautti's tenure began. Handoff, McCosey up the middle, and he Superman dives to the 46-yard line.
It's like something you usually see going over the goal line. He got through the line, and just as he got to the second level, he was airborne.
Gain of 6 for McCosey. Now another handoff to McCosey. He gets first down yardage, a pickup of 4 on the play, and that should move the sticks. Referees do decide to move them, and a 4-yard pickup for a first down. And Elizabeth Forward, time managing here.
Third first down of this drive, which started on their own 8. 5.5 remaining first half.
Benedict, slow moving. So we roll under 5 minutes left in the first half. Faking the handoff, Benedict, and he is brought down right around the line of scrimmage. Markham for a loss of 1 on the carry.
Get a look there at Carson Primrose of the Trojans. The shoulder pad shown from outside the jersey. He was able to get in that backfield there.
You mentioned the home field advantage notes as Elizabeth Forward. I said 31-40 at home, 23-32 in the conference at home since 2003. Benedict, look, he goes deep, far sideline, catch is incomplete, in and out of the hands of the streaking receiver, Austin Roan. It was in coverage, Rashad Allen, and that one hit off Allen, bounced in the hands of Roan, and then fell to the turf.
Looked right, come back left, saw Roan streaking. Good closing speed here by Allen. Look at him catch up. They both had a chance to catch it. The defender, Allen, hit both his hands, and then it deflected into the intended receiver's hands.
3rd and 11. Benedict sets up a screen. McCosey makes the catch. Nakai Hill-Green is just too fast, and he knocks down McCosey well short of a first down at the 38-yard line for a pickup of 5 on the play, and it is 4th and 6.
Right here, Sean, this one goes on the tape for Hill-Green. Look at the closing speed from behind, why he's had so many people interested in him. The coach mentioned Boston College, said Syracuse was in today, among many other schools. You saw him, that pursuit from behind to make that tackle.
4th down for Elizabeth Forward as we roll to 3:35 and counting left here in the first half. And looks like Elizabeth Forward is going to take a timeout. It's 2nd of the first half, and with that timeout, we'll take one as well. With 3:25 left in the first half, the score, North Catholic 6, Elizabeth Forward nothing. Video game of the week here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Make the brand new Chick-fil-A Robinson your destination for a fast, fresh, and tasty meal. Chick-fil-A Robinson can really satisfy you with their signature sandwiches, nuggets and strips served hot and fresh, alongside the famous waffle fries. Need to feed a crowd or a tailgate on a Sunday? Chick-fil-A Robinson Catering has got you covered with hot or reheatable chicken trays. Visit their catering website at cfarobinsoncaters.com to book your business or social media event. Chick-fil-A Robinson Catering. We deliver.
4th and 6 for Elizabeth Forward from the North Catholic 38-yard line, trailing 6-0, 3:27 on the clock. Benedict Dropping back, he'll pooch punt again. Low line drive, bounces, and the play is whistled dead, and a false start on Elizabeth forward will back the Warriors back to close to the original line of scrimmage.
Right around the 43-yard line.
As another procedure penalty for Elizabeth forward on both the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. That is 6 procedure penalties, and it's 4th down and 11. Elizabeth forward back to the North Catholic 43. Benedict takes the snap. This one a better punt, high arcing to the near sideline, rolls and will take a bounce inside the 20 to the 17-yard line, where North Catholic will set up shop with 3:16 left in the first half. As we talked about Elizabeth forward's home advantage woes, we mentioned North Catholic's road advantage. Since 2003, North Catholic 41-32 on the road, 33-23 in the conference on the road during that time frame. In its game-decided margins, games decided by 1 to 10 points, North Catholic is 10-12. Games decided by 11 to 20 points, North Catholic is 12-4. In games decided by 21 to 30, 7-6, and 31-plus points, 12-10. Handoff to Branch, breaks a tackle at the 20. Far hashes 30, 35, spin move to the 40, and he is finally brought down inside the 40-yard line to the 43. A pickup of 26 for North Catholic and a first down.
Well, Sean, our pregame conversation with the defensive coordinator of the Warriors, he was concerned about the chunk plays of the Trojans, and we're starting to see them pick up a few more here in that second quarter, and that was one of them right there. Late in the quarter, defenders get a little bit more tired, and Trojans are looking to capitalize right before the half.
Rocco takes the snap, looking downfield, now to the near sideline, catch is made, coming and spinning around at the 40, nearly breaking a tackle and being brought down, making the catch, Rashad Allen. Tackle down inside Elizabeth forward territory to the 37, a pickup of 20 and a first down.
Austin Roan with the ankle tackle to save a potential run towards the end zone right here. What a throw across the field by Rocco. Lefty thrown to his strong side. That's a deep out that he threw right there.
He's completed 5 of his 9 passes tonight, and those yardage totals 13, 16, 20, 20, 47 for Rocco. 2:27 left first half, 6-0 North Catholic. Direct snap goes to the backfield, diving ahead and picking up minimal yardage on the play, being brought down at the 33-yard line is Branch. And a pickup of 4, 2nd down and 6.
Little misdirection. Snap going to Branch instead of Rocco. Trying to play it off a little bit. Run over the right side. Good pickup on first down.
3 receivers to the far side right. Rocco takes the snap. Screen pass for Allen. Breaks a tackle 35. Gets to the 30. Drops to a knee. And he picks up to the 29-yard line officially. 4 yards in the 3rd down, and very manageable too for North Catholic.
Well, Benedict ran a long way here to try to make this tackle. Could have had a block in the back right there, not called. You see, right around the 30-yard line is where his left knee hits the ground, and that's what's going to be 3rd down for the Trojans.
3rd and 2. Hill Green takes the snap, going off left tackle, dives ahead in the middle of the field, gets across the 25 to be tackled at the 22-yard line. Gain of 8 and a first down.
Homa on the tackle. They did pick up the first down, but it looked like it could have been more if it wasn't for that tackle there by Homa. 1:10 on the clock. Trojans trying to add to their lead.
Rocco blitzed, slipping his Homa. Now rolls to his left, throws, and it hits a defender in the back. It was Austin Roan in coverage. The pass intended for Rashad Allen, and it's 2nd and 10 from the 22 for North Catholic.
Roan didn't have his head turned around. As you get a look there, that could have been a big turnover here in the last minute of this first half for the Warriors. We get a look at Rocco flush to his left, his strong side by Homa in pursuit Not sure what he was trying to do there, but Brown was running up the field and not running a comeback.
Empty backfield. Rocco back to pass in the pocket, rolls out to his right. Now will tuck it and run, crosses the 20, lowers his body, and gets to the 15-yard line for a gain of 7 and a third down and 3 for North Catholic.
Yeah, the junior quarterback needed to continue to run out of bounds here to stop the clock. He turns it upfield and forces the Trojans to take a timeout.
4 carries for 12 yards for Rocco tonight, and the touchdown run, the lone touchdown scored in this one. As North Catholic is continuing this season, it's much storied history, and this team dating back to 1997 to 2017, plus this year, has an overall record of 154-86 and a conference record of 104-49. This is a team that has made it to the semifinals or better 6 of the last 9 seasons, and taking away, not including its 2013 WPIAL and state perfect record season. This team, in the other 5 trips to the semifinals, in 4 of the other 5 trips to the semifinals, lost by 8 points or fewer. That was in 2009, 2014, 2015, and last season to Washington in Class 2A. 48 seconds left. Rocco with a quarterback keep, and he is bottled up, and he is short of the line to gain. He gets just 2 yards of the 3 needed, and it is 4th down and 1, and now moving quickly is North Catholic as we hit 35 seconds left. Rocco in the gun. Direct keep. He's wrapped. He's brought down for the sack. A loss of a yard, and the Elizabeth forward defense stands tall from its own 14-yard line and will take over with 26 seconds left in the first half.
Well, both times they went quickly. Both times it was Rocco up the middle, and both times was great penetration by the Warriors' defensive line. Rocco had very little running room. Bend but not breaking the Warriors' defense. As you see Rocco taking it, following Branch. He gets 1 block. Coming off the block, Nate Homa bounced right off the block.
EF has 2 running backs in the backfield. Benedict takes the snap and drops to a knee. And North Catholic will not waste its final timeout of the half. And we are headed to halftime on the TribLive High School Sports Network. A quick first half, and after 1 half of play from Elizabeth Forward High School, the score, North Catholic 6, Elizabeth Forward nothing. We'll be back here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveSYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Make the brand new Chick-fil-A Robinson your destination for a fast, fresh, and tasty meal. Chick-fil-A Robinson can really satisfy you with their signature sandwiches, nuggets and strips served hot and fresh, alongside the famous waffle fries. Need to feed a crowd or a tailgate on a Sunday? Chick-fil-A Robinson Catering has got you covered with hot or reheatable chicken trays. Visit their catering website at cfarobinsoncaters.com to book your business or social media event. Chick-fil-A Robinson Catering. We deliver. TribLive has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
Welcome back to Elizabeth Forward High School here in Elizabeth, PA. It's homecoming night. They're hosting the North Catholic Trojans. And at the half, it's the Trojans with a 6-0 lead, which is going to make for a very quick scoring summary of the first half. At 5:29 of the first half, it was a 5-yard touchdown run by North Catholic quarterback Zach Rocco. The extra point was blocked. That made it 6-0 Trojans, and that's where we stand here at the half. It's been some good offense, drives that have gone the length of the field, but it's been ineffective offense and good defense inside the red zone. Each team had 5 possessions. EF's 5th possession was one play in the knee at the half, but they started on their own 7. They fumbled at midfield on the second possession, their own 15. They went 3 and out. Third possession, their own 16. They punted after picking up a couple first downs. And their 4th possession from their own 8, they picked up 3 first downs, and then they had the punt. North Catholic, on the other hand, they took that opening kick that was squibbed from their own 40. They went 3 and out after having a penalty. Second possession starting on their own 40. They had a pretty good drive. No field goal attempt inside the red zone where they turned it over on downs. It remained no score. Third possession was a fumble inside the 10-yard line. They were driving again. Once again, ineffective offense in the red zone. Fourth possession started on their own 6. They got a long drive of 94 yards, but they scored the touchdown, but the extra point was blocked. That made it 6-0. Fifth possession was into the EF red zone again, where they turned it over on downs after 2 attempts by Zach Rocco to convert a short first down. Needed it right around the 15-yard line. And Sean, you had a chance to tally the stats, and you got some for us.
We do. For North Catholic, leading 6-0 here at the half. In the air, a great job by Zach Rocco. He goes 6 of 11 for 120 yards in the air. The leading receiver with 3 catches for 80 yards is Tyree Brown. 2 catches for 24 yards for Rashad Allen. 1 catch for 16 yards for the running back Anthony Cerventi. And on the ground, leading the way rushing, is Branch. He had 12 carries for 53 yards, 1 carry for a yard for Anthony Cerventi, 4 for 20 yards for Nakai Hill Green, 1 for 7 yards for Tyree Brown, and also adding 13 yards on the ground with a rushing touchdown, Zach Rocco. 94 rushing yards, 120 passing yards, 214 total for North Catholic. After one half of play for Elizabeth forward, Benedict 5 of 7 in the air for 41 yards with 2 catches and 24 yards. Albert leads the way, and 1 catch for 9 yards for Elizabeth forward. And that was, trying to find it here. Here we go. That was Nico Mervis, the 1 catch for 9 yards. The 1 catch for 3 yards went to Evan Lewis, and the 1 catch for 5 yards went to Chris McCosey. And leading the way on the ground is Benedict, 8 carries for 45 yards. 3 carries for 27 yards for Lewis, and 6 carries for 25 yards for McCosey. 97 rushing yards, 41 passing yards, 138 total yards for Elizabeth forward at the half, and I think that's going to be the key for Elizabeth forward. But I think the major key is, 1, you start with the football if you're the Warriors coming out of the break, but not only that, you need to get better field positioning to start your drives.
Yeah, they've been backed up on every possession as I reviewed their coming out of the break, and they're able to move the ball a little bit, but credit the Trojans defense for tightening up deep in their own territory right when they get into the red zone. They're making defensive plays and stopping those drives of the Warriors, and spotlight again on Nakai Hill Green. Just see his talent on display when he's able to run down those ball carriers, particularly on some of those screens. So it's been a very competitive first half. Not a lot of scoring, but some big plays, turnovers, had a little bit of everything. But we find ourselves 6-0 at the half.
The defenses were highlights of these two teams, having the number 3 defense in Class 3A does North Catholic. And if you're Elizabeth forward, you come in with a very great defense yourself, 4th in Class 3A, and these two teams are proving it. At the half, the score, North Catholic 6 and Elizabeth Forward nothing on homecoming night at Elizabeth Forward High School. But now we send you to the halftime show. Mr. Don Rebel, Chris Harlan here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Halftime, North Catholic, Elizabeth forward. Key matchup, first place in Class 3A's Big East Conference. Hope you're enjoying the contest. Don Rebel, Chris Harlan here to entertain you during the halftime show. One thing we're going to be talking about here in this edition, Chris, is all the fine facilities, a.k.a. stadiums around the WPIAL. Tonight's game being played at Warriors Field, Warrior Stadium, Elizabeth Forward High School. One thing I think about when it comes to Elizabeth Forward, synonymous with hosting the soccer championships. Before the days of the WPIAL playing them at Highmark Field, or Highmark Stadium, they played them at Elizabeth Forward, and it made for a fun day full of soccer.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about the teams and the games and all the other stuff that goes along with it, but one thing sometimes overlooked are the stadiums. I mean, there are some unique stadiums in Western Pennsylvania, some with really good history, some with really nice facilities that they've built in the last few years. But it is, I mean, it's one of those fun topics to kind of look at and discuss.
I'll share a trade secret with you. We do the Trib 7, have been doing the Trib 7 on our website all year long. George Guido's done a great job of taking various topics and listing top sevens. One of them coming up that we're going to be doing, toughest venues, toughest stadiums. A lot of that, albeit, Chris, has to do with the opponent.
Yeah, you mentioned George, though. I wish I knew the number, but he keeps track of all the stadiums he's been to, so he's the perfect guy to do that list. But, yeah, I mean, there are some venues, you look around WPIAL, that are just tougher than others. It could be because of the team that plays there. I mean, sometimes that makes a difference, of course. But, you know, for me, a stadium that always kind of feels special when you go there is Aliquippa's Ashburn Stadium. That's one example of an old stadium. You walk in there, there have been great games played there. I think back to Aliquippa Beaver Falls games where the stands are just kind of overflowing. And it is. I mean, it's quite a scene when you see that. You feel the history of all the guys that played there. You see the horse ride out with the Indian and the flaming spear. It's quite a scene. It really is.
And it definitely is one of the toughest places to play. And, again, a lot of that has to do with just the fact that year in and year out the Quips have such a competitive football team. Some other tough venues, Neil Brown Stadium at Clareton, up in your old stomping grounds, Newcastle High School. A lot of places where, again, you just sort of feel intimidated. Martirelli Stadium, the home of the North Hills Indians. They had great success in the 80s and 90s, have sort of been mediocre, middle of the road over the last decade or two, but when that place was hopping, look out.
Right. I mean, you got the Rowdy Rooters, they were called, up on the hillside. That was a place it was. I mean, it was a big game, and you knew when you went there it was going to have a big game atmosphere. But another one, how about the Wolverine at Woodland Hills? A place where you walk into that, I mean, you can just feel the players that have played there, the games that have played there. You look up at that giant cement side that just climbs up the hillside. It's an intimidating place when you go in there.
It's a different place than when Woodland Hills first started in the mid-'80s. Back then they did not have the lights. They played Saturday afternoon games. And when they were cooking, they were getting 10, 11, 12,000 on a Saturday afternoon.
Right, and now it's George Novak Field at the Wolverina. Very fitting tribute to him last season.
Yeah, and that's something that schools have been doing that we have noticed a lot lately, sort of a trend of naming the stadiums, or at least the fields, if the stadium already has a name, after former coaches or former athletic directors.
Right, now we got two more of them this year. Kiski named theirs Dilt's Field now.
Richard
Dilt Stadium. Moon named theirs after Rip Shearer, former athletic director. But yeah, you see that more and more. And I think as you see some of these legendary coaches retire, I think in the next few years we'll probably see a few more pop up.
Well, what was amazing was when McKeesport named their field George Smith. After he had stepped on the first time, he came back, so that had to be pretty neat, getting a chance to coach at the field that is named after yourself.
Right, rarely do you get to coach at your own stadium, right, your own field. That's a funny one. George Novak, he had to retire before he got that honor. So, yeah, it's interesting to see.
A lot of great facilities around Western Pennsylvania. We hope that you go out, embrace your community, and check out high school football over the next few weeks and maybe even into the postseason. That'll do it for this edition of the Halftime Show. Thanks to Chris Harlan, as always. Enjoy the second half, but before we get to the second half, here's last week's highlights with Kylie Owak.
I'm Kylie Owak, and let's take another look and listen at nominees for last Friday's Call of the Week. We start with Our Lady of the Sacred Heart versus Laurel in an exciting flea flicker play. Our own Sean Saputo has it here for you.
Back in the gun, now moving left to right. His Olsh on a double reverse. Back to Bradley, looking downfield, has Tate. He ties it one-handed. Now he's to the far sideline. 30, 20, 10, see ya later. Rico Tate, his second touchdown reception of the afternoon on the double reverse. It goes for 79 yards and an Olsh touchdown.
Then, coming from our video game of the week, receiver Mike Trimber had a huge day, scoring 2 touchdowns. Here's our own Matt Vandriak with one of them.
Divin out of the gun, spreading it out. Pressure coming, Divin eludes. Divin steps up, firing downfield, has a man, catch made to the end zone. Touchdown, South Fayette!
Leave us a comment voting on which you declare was the call of the week. And of course, join us here on HSSN Friday night for more than 30 live football broadcasts.
If you're a working professional ready to move up in your career, Seton Hill University has a program just for you. Seton Hill's adult degree program offers flexible undergraduate degree courses in areas like accounting, criminal justice, business, and human services. The adult degree program has 5 start dates a year and offers convenient course times, financial aid, a 96% placement rate, and career services for life. Register for our next info session and learn more at setonhill.edu/ADP. Seton Hill University, this way up. 380 Discount Warehouse in Murraysville carries a full line of brand new furniture at discount pricing. 380 Discount Warehouse carries Ashley, Liberty, Vaughn Bassett, and Best Home Furniture, and many more. You can special order your furniture at discount pricing. While you're there, shop the many other departments, including tools, automotive, food, pet and wildlife, household goods and cleaning supplies, lawn and garden, and seasonal holiday decor. Visit them on the web at shop380.com or on the road on Route 380 in Murraysville. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 9 to 5. Shop 380 Discount Warehouse and save.
There's a new fear, not of better options, of rising loan rates. It's real. Rates have gone up, and Dollar Bank still has one of the lowest around. With a rate as low as 3.29% APR with only $50,000 borrowed, fixed for 7 years, there's nothing to fear. You can renovate the kitchen or update a bathroom or 2. So lock in your rate now before they, well, I don't want to say it out loud. If choosing the better option is your worry, you can be confident that Dollar Bank's loan experts have only your best interests in mind, since they're not paid a commission. So lock in your rate before they go up again. Get those home improvements done with a rate as low as 3.29% APR, fixed for 7 years. Longer terms are available. Stop by, call 1-800-242-BANK, or visit dollar.bank. Dollar Bank, mutually inspired. Rate is for well-qualified borrowers and includes a discount with a maintained qualifying checking account. Not available for the refinance of a Dollar Bank loan, line, or mortgage of less than $15,000 in new money. Monthly payment of $13.34 per $1,000 borrowed. Other terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice. Equal housing lender.
This evening, Miss Cameron Kopczynski, escorted by Mr. Kevin Jones. Cameron, the daughter of Matthew Kopczynski and Amber Stevens, is a member of the Science Olympiad, Interact, National Honor Society, Westinghouse Science Honors Institute, PGAS Science Workshop at Carnegie Mellon, and she also volunteers at Mon Valley Hospital. After graduation, she wants to attend the University of Pittsburgh and be an industrial engineer in Southeast Asia. Kevin, the son of Kevin Sr. and Melissa Jones, is a 3-year member of both SGA and TSA, a 4-year member and current president of SAD, 4-year member of Interact, and a member of the Mon Valley Relay for Life Logistics Committee. He also enjoys photography, woodworking, and racing. After graduation, he plans to attend Virginia Tech to pursue a mechanical engineering degree. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Cameron and Kevin. For our next couple this evening, Miss Bailey Lindbergh, escorted by Mr. Nate Alberts. Bailey, the daughter of Howard and Christy Lindbergh, is a member of the girls' soccer team, along with playing for Century and ODP Soccer. After graduation, she plans on attending the UPMC School for Nursing. Nate, the son of Rich and Beth Alberts, is a 4-year member of the EO football team where he plays wide receiver and defensive back. After graduation, he plans on attending a 4-year university to major in criminal justice, forensic psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Bailey and Nate. Our next couple this evening, Miss Claire Miles, escorted tonight by Mr. Noah Madden. Claire, the daughter of Bill and Kara Miles, is a member of Interact, SAD, SGA, and the Musical. She's a 3-year varsity letterman in cross country and swimming, a 2-year varsity letterman in track. She received the Warrior Pride Award for service her sophomore year and participated in last year's Powder Puff game. Claire has been accepted for the fall of 2019 into IUP's nursing program. Noah, the son of Sean and Lisa Madden, is a member of National Honor Society, the Warrior Choir, SAD, Warrior News, Partners PE, 3 years in the Musical. He is also the president of the Green Team, social media liaison of Trojans, mascot, and a ride operator at Kennywood Park. After graduation, he plans to attend a 4-year college or university to major in secondary education. Please give it up for Claire and Noah. Our next couple this evening, Miss Carrie Rapaski, escorted tonight by Mr. Bo Morgan. Carrie, the daughter of Jeff and Dawn Rapaski, is a member of the SAD, National Honor Society, Warrior Choir, Partners PE, Secretary of Triumph Honor Society. After graduation, Carrie plans on attending Penn State University to major in special education. Bo, the son of Mike and Megan Morgan, is a member of the varsity golf club team, the baseball team, and outside of school he likes to hunt, fish, and go to the gym. After graduation, he plans on joining the Plumbers Union. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Carrie and Bo. And our final couple this evening, Miss Taylor Vasquez, escorted tonight by Mr. A.J. Ackerman. Taylor, the daughter of Sam and Deanne Vasquez, is a member of the EF diving team, 4-year varsity cheerleader, which is now the captain of the squad. She also works at Texas Roadhouse. After graduation, she plans on attending a 4-year university to study pediatric mental health nursing. AJ, the son of Gina Ackerman, is a 4-year member of the varsity football team. After graduation, he plans to continue his football career at the University of Towson. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Taylor and AJ. One last time, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2018 homecoming court for this year. Now, returning to crown this year's homecoming queen is last year's queen, Nola McGuire. And helping out is the reigning prom king and queen, Daewon Stokes and Leanne Mooney. This year, our 2018 homecoming queen is Miss Bailey Lindbergh. And now, the 2018 homecoming king is Mr. Noah Madden. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for Bailey Lindbergh and Noah Madden.
back at Elizabeth Forward High School Stadium. The score at halftime, 6-0 in favor of the visiting North Catholic Trojans. And one scoring drive in the game, and Zach Rocco capped it off with a 6-yard touchdown run. And now let's take a look around the WPIAL here in Week 6 in Class 6A. North Allegheny leads Butler 22-0.
The owner of
And Pine Richland and Cannon McMillan tied up at 7 in Class 6A. Central Catholic leads Norwin 7-6, and Seneca Valley leads Hempfield 6-0. So you hit the refresh. Take a look to see if anything changes. No score changes. And also in Class 6A versus 5A non-conference, Upper St. Clair leads Mount Lebanon 7-0. In Class 5A, in the Allegheny 8 Conference, it is Peters Township leading Moon 13-0. Bethel Park leading Chartiers Valley 28-6. And Baldwin trails West Allegheny 10-7. And in the Northern Conference, North Hills and Mars tied at 7. No score update on Shaler and Armstrong. And Kiski trails Woodland Hills 17-0. Fox Chapel leads Connellsville 13-0. McKeesport leads Indiana 30-0. And now in Class 4A, South Fayette leads Knock 21-0. Back to 5A in the Big East Conference. Gateway leads Franklin Regional 28-3. Penn Trafford leads Latrobe 10-0. Plum leads Albert Gallatin 7-0. Penn Hills leads Hampton 22-0. And now back to 4A, where Blackhawk leads Newcastle 21-10. Montour leads Highlands 21-14. Beaver over Ambridge 14-0. Bell Vernon leading Trinity 35-0. West Mifflin leads Greensburg Salem 21-7. Laurel Highlands leads Ringgold 26-13. And now we head into Class 3A. Beaver Falls leads Keystone Oaks 21-14. Quaker Valley leading Waynesburg Central 21-0. Our score here 6-0. Also in the Big East Conference, Derry leads Uniontown 27-0. Freeport leading Deer Lake 7-0. Burrell leading Mount Pleasant 13-0. And in Class 3A non-conference from this conference, Yock trailing Aliquippa 20-0. As we move on up into Class 2A, Avonworth leads Seton LaSalle 17-7. Fraser leading Leechburg 14-0. Neshannock leading Fort Cherry 20-7. 21-7, Burgettstown leads Carlinton. Elwood City leads Shenango 14-7. Charleroi leading Southmoreland 21-0. Valley blanking Apollo Ridge 12-0. Mohawk leads Riverside 21-6. Freedom leads New Brighton 3-0. McGuffey leading Brownsville 14-3. Washington leads Carmichael's 36-0. In Class 1A, Greensburg Central Catholic leads Mapletown 21-0. Riverview over Jefferson Morgan right now 6-0. Fraser in Leechburg, we gave that one 14-0 Fraser. Laurel leads Union 28-7. Bentworth leads Avella 14-7. Stowe Rocks and Rochester tied at 6 in Class 1A. Also in Class 1A, big two marquee matchups. Clairton leads Amani Christian 20-6. Jeanette leads Olsh 12-6. And our final score to update from the WPIAL. I said this to you last week, Kevin. The team to watch out for still in 1A, California, leads West Green 16-8.
You did, and you and I talked about seeing the Clairton defense against that Amani offense when we were at Clairton when they put a pounding on Greensburg Central Catholic. So I was interested to see the score of that game as you gave it. So some good matchups in 1A football tonight, and we had a pretty good one here right here in 3A. And I think what was interesting when we were on the field, a lot of coaches they don't like it when they have to. I hate to use the phrase "move up" when they're elevated a class, but the coaching staff from North Catholic, they embraced it. Mm-hmm. They wanted to do it, they were thrilled to do it, and they liked the competition. Right now they have a 6-0 lead here at the half at Elizabeth Forward.
As the Forward Township Fire Department sends off the sirens.
For the Warriors re-entering the field.
This community has really been drawn back in to Elizabeth Forward football over the past few seasons behind head coach Mike Colati, and he has done a fantastic job in turning things around for this Elizabeth Forward Warrior football team. This is a team that has been bleak, to say the least, over the past history. And one thing I do know that you had mentioned to me, Kevin, heading into this one, this is the first time since 1978 this Warrior team is 5-0.
Yeah.
And going back to 1997, including this season, Elizabeth Forward has an overall record of 90-119 and a conference record of 58-90. And Elizabeth Forward has made the playoffs just 6 times dating back to 1997, and the last playoff victory for the Warriors came in the year 2000, a year after a miraculous semifinal run in 1999.
Conference titles in 1966, 1985. I was in high school at that time. And then they shared one last year in 2017. And they're fighting with Derry and North Catholic at the top of this Big East in 3A this year in 2018. This year, Fort Ligonier Days is celebrating our heritage then and now on October 12, 13, and 14. You can enjoy live music, browse over 200 craft vendors, and taste foods from over 30 different food vendors. Visit the restaurants and merchants around town. Don't miss out on the award-winning parade and reenactments at the fort, where you can journey back to 1758. See for yourself why Ligonier is the most charming city in America. Don't forget October 12, 13, and 14. Visit FortLigonierDays.com for interactive maps and more.
And hitting back on the progress of these two teams, and North Catholic is a team that has had so much success, especially dating back to the 2005 season. This team has only missed the playoffs from 2006 until today once, and that was in 2011. Before that, before 2006, it was a bit of a rough stretch for this North Catholic team. 1-9 in 05, 1-9 in 03, even 500 record in 04. But this is a North Catholic team that has went from 1A to 2A to 3A to 2A to 1A. They've been everywhere. No consistency in classification really for North Catholic, and now up at the 3A ranks after dominating really the Class 2A ranks without a WPIAL championship over the last 4 seasons.
Well, the move geographically has helped them. Moving up to Cranberry, opening up to a lot more population. They were struggling in Troy Hill for a while there. We were talking on the field. I mean, I was involved a lot with Central Catholic sports for a while there, and that was always the big rivalry in high school sports for the Catholic League. And they had to stop playing because of the numbers. It just wasn't competitive. And as you outlined, North Catholic has kind of progressed, bounced around a little bit, and now they're very competitive in 3A. So I think the move up towards Butler County, where you have the populations of NA and Butler and Pine Richland and Mars, even though they're all great school districts, there's some they can draw from those school districts. You know, not everyone can star at those big schools.
Yeah, and also for EF, the move down really in classification, say. So, because this team was with Thomas Jefferson, Bell Vernon, Ringgold, West Mifflin, Trinity, teams like that in Class 3A, established powers. But instead of moving up into 4A with those teams, they moved down and stay in 3A. So, it's really a movement down for Elizabeth Forward. And the story for you, Kevin, my family, most of them, went to Elizabeth Forward. The Howe family that owns Howcraft down the way is on Simpson Howe Road. And I've talked to them in the past about Elizabeth Forward football, and they have told me, and from what they have said, there have been only maybe a couple handfuls of winning seasons in my family, even going back to the 40s when they came here. As the return is taken by Alberts, he's bottled up, gets past the 20, and Elizabeth Forward continues to drive ahead. Alberts gets to the 24-yard line, and Elizabeth Forward has its best starting field position to open up the second half.
Yeah, spotting it on the 24. They went on the 7, the 15, the 16, and the 8, and the 15. Those are all 5 possessions. That last one was just a one-play kneel down. But here they go. We'll see what adjustments they made at halftime.
They go with an empty backfield. Benedict checking over at the sideline with 3 receivers lined up on the near side of the field, 2 to the far side. Now in motion, McCosey takes the handoff, gets to the 25, and dives ahead to the 29-yard line. A middle pickup of 5 and a 2nd and 5.
Not surprised to see him get the first attempt coming out at half. They found him a little late in that second quarter. He started to make some decent runs, picking up some yardage. So he gets the first run there, picks up 5, second 5 in this first possession of the third quarter.
And they stick with the empty backfield. Benedict motions McCosey again. Fakes the jet sweep. Keeps it himself. Gets to the 35. Dives ahead. Tackled at the 39-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play and a first down for the Warriors.
Well, the first run by McCosey sets up the fake here for Benedict. Gets a little seam there. You see it was Hill Green getting taken out by one of his own defenders. But first down for the Warriors as they get across the 35 to the 39-yard line. First and 10.
And they'll stick with this 5-wide empty backfield and move the 3 receivers to the far side. Benedict drops back to pass. Steps over to his right a little bit. Throws a deep ball up in the air. The pass is incomplete. Intended for Alberts on the near sideline. In coverage for North Catholic was Rashad Allen. And it is 2nd and 10. That one thrown a little late by Benedict. If he threw that a little earlier, Alberts may have a chance to go up and catch that.
Well, not even. There might have been the wrong players. You see in the middle running across the E, there was a receiver wide open. If he either threw a dart right there at the 35-yard line, it's like that's number 1 for Elizabeth Forward. Evan Lewis, that was open. Just picked the wrong player.
Fake to McCosey again, and keeping it is Benedict. Gets across the 45 to close to the 46-yard line, and that's where they will mark him after a 7-yard pickup, and Benedict makes it a 3rd down and manageable 3.
Seeing this from the shotgun, a little fake, and then the RPO decides to run it over the left side.
Now he takes the snap again and dives to the 49-yard line. Gets a 4-yard pickup on the play and a first down.
Well, in the open, Sean, you and I were building it as a battle of the quarterbacks, and both of them seem to be getting into a little bit of a rhythm. Zach Benedict right here, and you see Rocco, he was able to drive the Trojans down also on a lot of the keepers, and that's what we're seeing on the RPOs for both sides as we get a pre-snap penalty.
Benedict is trying to hard count the North Catholic defense, and it's more been a struggle for Elizabeth Forward to track the snap count this evening. 7 pre-snap penalties of false start and encroachment varieties as the clock has begun to run yet again. First and 15 for Elizabeth Forward. Third quarter, 6-0. Motioning a receiver across is Mervis. Gives the handoff and thrown down in the backfield by who other than Nakai Hill Green is McCosey. A loss on the play, and it's 2nd down.
We talked about it in the first quarter. North Catholic just has a nice read when Benedict claps his hands for the snap. he's going to have to vary that. Maybe 2 claps or 3 claps, because Hill Green is sitting back in the second level linebacker position, and he's running towards the line and getting right through the line of the Warriors.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 18. Elizabeth forward at its own 43. Benedict throws. Near sideline, Mervis makes a move, gets across midfield, is brought down at the 45-yard line. So a solid pickup for Mervis of 12, and a 3rd down for Elizabeth forward and 6.
Yeah, good out route there by Mervis. Long throw by Benedict, but he delivers it nicely, and Mervis gets enough of it, not all of it, to make it more manageable 3rd down.
8:35 and counting left here in the 3rd quarter. Empty set again. Benedict drops back to pass. Looks over his progression. Throws over the middle of the field. Incomplete. Rashad Allen in coverage again. And it is 4th down and 6 for the Warriors. And during these situations, it's been Benedict with the pooch punt.
Good read by Allen. He saw Benedict lock in on the intended receiver, and he undercut him, stepped right in front of him. Almost able to pick up that interception on that pass attempt to Nate Albertson. 4th down for the Warriors.
Branch back to return the punt. Benedict gets it up. It's blocked and cleared away by Nakai Hill Green. And down in Elizabeth forward territory he goes at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Catholic on the blocked punt. They'll mark him at the 47.
See the penetration right there. He's able to reach up. Can't get it. It looks like it's 52 for North Catholic. That would be Carson Primrose, was able to penetrate into the backfield and get the punt block for the Trojans. So they're going to have great field position on their first possession of the second half.
We'll see how this offense looks. 214 yards total in the first half. Hand off Branch, looking to go off right tackle, cuts back between the right guard to the 30, now to the 25-20, inside the red zone on a huge pickup down to the 17-yard line, and a pickup of 30 and a 1st down.
Well, the EF staff was worried about the chuck plays, and there it is, good blocking. He cuts it up inside, then he cuts it, bounces it to the outside, down the numbers until he's hauled down right around the 17-yard line, and the Trojans get a little pre-snap flag. It looks like it's offsides encroachment by the Warriors.
Elizabeth forward has had serious difficulty staying patient on the line of scrimmage. Another.
Credit Rocco for that, Sean. Whereas Benedict, he's not varying his snap count, and the Trojans are rushing the line when the center snaps the ball. We're already under 8 minutes here, 3rd quarter.
This game has been cruising along so far. Motioning a receiver on the sweep to the far side of the field. Rocco hands off to Branch. Branch is wrapped up, bottled down, and tackled for a loss on the play of a yard. It will be 2nd down and 6.
Nick Hunnell, he made a lot of tackles in the first quarter, and here he does a nice job. Missing the block there was 23 for the Trojans, and 23 for the Warriors, was able to make the tackle. Cerventi just did not pick up Hunnell on the outside linebacker position and got the tackle for loss.
Rocco checks to the near sideline for his audible.
There's 3 people on the sideline for the Trojans going through gyration, signaling the plays.
Moves Branch to his left with 3 receivers on the same side.
And
now another penalty. And this time it will go against North Catholic on the false start. And it will be 2nd down and 11 for the Trojans.
Don't forget, next Friday and Saturday conference play continues around the WPIAL, and Trib High School Sports Network has at least 30 broadcasts for Week 7, including our video stream Game of the Week on Friday night. Stay tuned to the website, HSSN.TribLive.com, for more details, because it's your one true source for all high school sports. It's the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Clock continues to run now. 6:45 left is now a deep ball. Rocco looking far side of the end zone and incomplete, in and out of the hands of Tyree Brown, streaking along the far sideline. And it is 3rd down and 11 for North Catholic. with the ball on the Elizabeth forward 18-yard line.
Well, we've seen Rocco go to that matchup. He likes Brown against Alberts on that far sideline. This time, not a poorly thrown ball. It was delivered over the shoulder. Just Brown not able to pull that one in. 3rd and long.
And now another motion. Rocco back to pass. Sets up a bubble screen, making one defender miss and being brought down for a loss of 2 on the play. Isaac Peterson, his first catch of the night, goes for a 2-yard loss.
Senior linebacker Nate Homa, he's been a disruptive force all night. And this time, he read the bubble screen as the wide receiver come cutting in there for North Catholic. That was Isaac Peterson, and play was just blown up.
4th and 13 from the 20-yard line on the near side of the field. 3 receivers lined up on the near sideline with Rocco in the gun. Takes the snap, checks, looks, over the middle of the field, wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. Tyree Brown, and it is 12-0 North Catholic. We have 5:53 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Tyree Brown ran a nice post pattern. He was able to make the move and get in front of the defender. I think that was Alberts, wide open. Nicely delivered by Rocco. Touchdown, Trojans. They lead 12-0.
Now the Trojans will look to go for 2. As there's a late substitution.
Remember, the first attempt after was blocked.
4 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown for Tyree Brown. Snap high, Rocco dives up the middle, stacked, reaches for the goal line, and he gets in for the 2-point conversion. So Zach Rocco caps off the 20-yard passing touchdown to Tyree Brown with a 2-point conversion dive up the middle, and with 5:53 left here in the 3rd quarter, the score, North Catholic 14, Elizabeth Forward nothing on the TribLive High School Sports Network Video Game of the Week.
Log on every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock for the latest high school football news during this week in the WPIAL, only here on the new TribLive High School Sports Network. Join Don Rebel and other members of the TribLive High School Sports Network team as it visits with WPIAL football coaches, plus they run down the upcoming schedule and preview the weekend's top high school football games. That's this week in the WPIAL, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. this fall, only on the new TribLive High School Sports Network.
Zach Rocco has found Tyree Brown for the 4th time tonight, in this one for 20 yards and a touchdown, and he dives in from 3 yards out for the 2-point conversion, does Zach Rocco. It is 14-0, North Catholic leading Elizabeth Forward in this pivotal Big East Conference matchup in Class 3A. And with 5:53 left, Elizabeth Forward will get the football back as long as it can hold on to it on this kick return as it goes on a line drive, bounces at the 15, gets past the return man into the end zone. He has to pick it up in his own end zone. It clipped him, and now they called a touchback. Even the return man thought that one
ball goes
off
across the goal line. They blow it dead in high school. That's what it did. It rolled there. They've struggled with the kickoffs all game.
Yeah, coming up to field it and completely whiffing. As we have 5:53 left still. Elizabeth Forward will start at its own 20, 1st and 10.
Coming up after the game, it's the WPIAL Football Scoreboard Show with Dawn Rebel from the Excella Health Studios at the new Trib High School Sports Network World Headquarters with all the scores and recaps from Week 6 of WPIAL football. Don't miss the Scoreboard Show after the game, only here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
So Benedict in the gun, takes the snap, read option, keeps it himself, brought down for a loss on the play. A loss of 2. It is 2nd down and 12, and the North Catholic defense is swarming Elizabeth Forward. And unlike last week where Elizabeth Forward faced a physical Derry defense, they are facing a fast, physical North Catholic defense tonight.
and they're getting into the backfield. And that's what's really causing problems for the offense of the Warriors. They got to change the protection and the blocking schemes up front because the Trojans are just penetrating into the backfield too much.
Benedict looks downfield to pass, sets up a screen. That one's batted down, and it is intercepted. Coming up to make the interception for North Catholic defensively is the D-tackle Carson Primrose on the double deflection. And with 5:11 left in the third quarter, North Catholic takes over inside the red zone at the EF 19-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, it's 14-0 North Catholic, and this one could potentially get blown open.
Third turnover for the Warriors. Just too many bodies around for that screen pass right there. We talked about the penetration of the Trojans defense. They tried to allow them in, throw it over to the top of them, but just not a clean play. And a defensive lineman's dream to pick up a deflected pass for the interception.
5:11 left in the third quarter. 14-0 North Catholic. It struck on its last drive. And if it does so again, this will be a 3-score game. Rocco back to pass. Looking for Tyree Brown. Back corner of the end zone. One-handed catch by Tyree Brown. The last 2 pass completions have gone to Brown. This one for 19 and his second touchdown of the night. 20-0 North Catholic with 5:05 left in the third.
Well, we've seen this play often. Rocco to Brown down the right sideline against Alberts. And Sean, when they get a turnover, coaches like to go right for the end zone. And this time, that's what North Catholic did again. Rocco to Tyree Brown, 20-yard touchdown pass. Third touchdown of the game.
Now they'll attempt the extra point with Kunzman. First time it was blocked. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and the extra point is good. And with 5:04 left in the third quarter, the score, North Catholic 21, Elizabeth Forward nothing. It's your video game of the week here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
TribLive has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
Tyree Brown has 5 receptions for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns tonight, and Nate Alberts is no answer to Tyree Brown on the far side of the field.
He's not getting any help over the top.
No safety help over top, and in this second half alone, Zach Rocco, 3 of 4 for 39 yards. For 37 yards, 2 touchdown passes. End over end kick. This one cleanly fielded at the 11-yard line. Taking it up the middle, cutting back, and dragged down. And on the return for Elizabeth Forward, Austin Roan. And again, Elizabeth Forward starting inside its own 20 at the 17.
They're not blocking the coverage very well. I mean, Trojans are down there very easily, and when the returner gets the ball, he looks up and he sees white jerseys in front of him and nowhere to go. Here it is again. He picks it up on the 10 on the left side of the field. He makes it across the 15, and then he sees 2 white jerseys and just poor blocking.
4:58 left in the third quarter, and this one has opened up. It is 21-0 North Catholic. In the gun, Benedict looking back to pass. Throws a deep ball, far sideline. Coming back and incomplete. Austin Roan had it in his hands at midfield. And a big drop by Roan. It's 2nd and 10.
Roan made a nice adjustment to the football. As we'll see Benedict, he spots him down the left side. He throws it off the back foot a little bit, which makes Roan adjust and come back to the ball. And instead of using his hands, he allowed it to hit his arms, and it falls to the ground.
Benedict 1 for 5 in this second half for 12 yards and a pick. Makes the snap, hands it off. Makosi dive ahead, and Minimal gain on the play of 3 and a third down and 7 for the Warriors. It was actually Lewis on the carry.
Behind the chains again here, Sean. First long pass attempt fails, and this time second down run only picks up 3, so it's going to be 3rd and 7 for the Warriors, or they're facing another 3 and out.
So we wind under 4.5 in the third. Benedict looking downfield, steps up in the pocket, throws it, and incomplete on the near sideline, intended for Albert's low throw, and it is 4th down and 7 for Elizabeth Forward with 4:16 left here in the third. 4:19.
When Albert saw Benedict on the run, he just kind of stopped instead of working his way back towards Benedict, worked back towards the quarterback to get to help him and pick up the first down there. So it's going to be 3 and out.
And for the first time tonight, instead of a Benedict Pooch punt, we have the honor of seeing sophomore kicker and punter Andrew Smith for the Elizabeth Forward Warriors. And that is a high-arching punt taken at the 48 in his own territory, crossing midfield, making a move, Tyree Brown. He is bottled up. And the ball came free, and now a late call of Tyree Brown being down on the play as an official has marked him at the 48-yard line.
Good tackle there by Dante Gilbert. Excuse me.
We'll see where the official spot is. We had two official at the 50 and an official at the 48 in Elizabeth Forward territory, so they'll mark them at midfield for a pickup of 2.
As we see the punt coming down, makes it across midfield, breaks the first tackle. And right there, nice tackle in open field by Dante Gilbert to prevent a larger gain on the return.
Another short field for North Catholic. Look out for Tyree Brown. He's lined up far side receiver. Jet sweep. And now across the 50, breaking a tackle, getting to the 45, getting knocked down at the 43-yard line after 7 yards. And now we have a shove after the play. And a flag is going to come out. Running the jet sweep for North Catholic and picking up 7 yards was Rashad Allen. He got knocked down hard on the play, and he lets his own temper get amongst himself and throws a shove, and that's going to lose North Catholic 15 yards. Unless they pick this one up and call hearsay. And they call the personal foul on Rashad Allen. So a gain of 7.
Get a look at the run of Allen. The edge was set nicely there. He cuts it back in the middle, keeps his balance. Here, a little headshot. I don't know what happened after that. He got up. Little discussion.
That was a close call.
It was after that video where he pushed him.
Yeah. It looked as if coming across for Elizabeth Forward, R.J. Bushina threw a shoulder-to-shoulder hit, and Nelson didn't like it. So go for 6 yards for Nelson, and then the 15-yard penalty. His first carry of the night goes positive, but now it moves the football back to North Catholic's own 43-yard line for a 2nd and 17. 3 receivers far side of the field. Hands it off. Branch dives up the middle, and he is taken off his feet and slammed down to the turf at the 44 after a 1-yard pickup. Stepping up to make the play for Elizabeth Forward defensively is the linebacker, Nico Mervis.
Picked him up, set him down, and then he helped him up. So good tackle there, good defense by the Warriors. They need to stand here, down 21. They need to force a punt and get something going on offense, or they're going to run out of time here. They got 15 minutes remaining in this game.
3 receivers spread out to the far side right. Rocco in the gun, drops back to pass, looking near sideline, up in the air, and the pass is caught on the near side of the field, going up to make the play for North Catholic. Jaron Timmons, his first action at the receiver spot tonight. And a huge gain and a first down.
I think first time they've taken a shot deep on this side of the field. Well thrown, well defended. Credit Timmons for going up and snatching the ball out of the air. First down for the Trojans.
A gain of 36 on the play. 1st and 10. The Elizabeth forward 22. Back to pass. Rocco. Why not try it again? That one incomplete. Thrown out of bounds. Intended for Timmons on the near side of the field.
Did not set his feet on that one. He's throwing leaning back through the ball where Timmons didn't have much of a chance to catch it. Timmons made a little in and then out move, and defender used the sideline rather well there, Austin Roan. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Trojans.
Rocco in the gun, 3 receivers again to the far side of the field. Check back to the sideline is Rocco. Makes the snap. Handoff Branch. Off left tackle, or right tackle, cuts between the right guard. Flag out on the play. And getting across the 10 to the 9-yard line was Branch, but this one comes in the area of holding.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many holding calls today, Sean, but that time the umpire spotted something on the run there. And as expected, we'll see Branch running to the right. And not sure who he got on the call, but he picked out someone there, marching him back 10 yards. Trojans, they overcome the 15-yard penalty earlier in the drive, and now they're going to have to overcome a 10-yard holding penalty as it's now 2nd. And it looks like it's 18.
From the 30. Line to gain is the 12. Original line of scrimmage, the 22. 3 receivers on the near side left. Lone receiver to the far sideline, Tyree Brown. Back to pass, Rocco. He's looking, and now he comes, rolls out to his right, steps up in the pocket. He's wrapped, and he is brought down. Football comes out, and it's scooped up by Elizabeth forward, but they call Rocco down. Coming in to make the hard hit defensively, Nate Homa.
Homa's been a monster from the linebacking position there. He's made a lot of good tackles for the Warriors. Nice open field tackle there. Wrapped him with the arms, threw him down, did not land on top of him. We didn't have to go through that whole thing when you land on top of a quarterback. But 3rd and 22.
First rush of the second half goes for -3 for Rocco. Again, Brown, the lone receiver, to the far side of the field. 3 bunch to the near side of the field. Rocco
timeout was
took
called.
the snap, but the left tackle turns around and calls timeout, and we will send it to a break with that timeout. With 1:04 left in the 3rd quarter, the score, North Catholic 21, Elizabeth Forward nothing, here on your TribLive High School Sports Network Video Game of the Week.
There's a new fear, not of better options, of rising loan rates. It's real. Rates have gone up, and Dollar Bank still has one of the lowest around. With a rate as low as 3.29% APR with only $50,000 borrowed, fixed for 7 years, there's nothing to fear. You can renovate the kitchen or update a bathroom or 2. So lock in your rate now before they, well, I don't want to say it out loud. If choosing the better option is your worry, you can be confident that Dollar Bank's loan experts have only your best interests in mind, since they're not paid a commission. So lock in your rate before they go up again. Get those home improvements done with a rate as low as 3.29% APR, fixed for 7 years. Longer terms are available. Stop by, call 1-800-242-BANK, or visit dollar.bank. Dollar Bank, mutually inspired. Rate is for well-qualified borrowers and includes a discount with a maintained qualifying checking account. Not available for the refinance of a Dollar Bank loan, line, or mortgage of less than $15,000 in new money. Monthly payment of $13.34 per $1,000 borrowed. Other terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice. Equal housing lender.
3rd down and 21 for North Catholic from the EF 33-yard line. Taking the snap, Rocco, handoff, and being motioned back around, sweeping back to the near side. Now cut back to the middle of the field, and now getting all the way to the far sideline, making a move, getting across the 30, and being pushed out of bounds eventually. Doing a lot of running for a little bit of nothing was Rashad Allen. He ran with a hold on the play anyways, which negates the run. Ran about 45 yards to pick up 5 yards, and it's the holding call will maybe be declined here.
No running room for Allen on the right side. Good edge set there by the Warriors defense, and now he's looking for anywhere to go. He's looking. Oh,
there he goes.
You got Ethan Kane was planted there on that block, right under the chin.
15 yards between hashes, and did that 3 times to run to the far side of the field for another 15 and upfield for 5. So about 60 yards of running on that sweep for Nelson for nothing to come about. And now it's a discussion with Mike Kalani as to whether or not he's going to accept or decline this penalty. If he declines, it's still 3rd down and 17. Or he can even move North Catholic back farther with the 10 yards. And they do decide, does Elizabeth Forward, to push him back. So this will put North Catholic at the Elizabeth Forward 47-yard line. Has to get to the Elizabeth Forward 12-yard line for a first down. And this all came about after the Nelson 15-yard penalty. And now for North Catholic, it is 3rd down and 35.
Look for a little screen, or maybe they try Brown on one-on-one on the far side again. They've been going to that.
They'll just hand off the branch, a dive up the middle, gets to the 45, breaks a tackle inside the 40, and he's wrapped down close to the 35-yard line. That's where he will be spotted. Picks up 12, but still needed 23 more, and it is 4th down and 23 for North Catholic.
It's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter here. 21-point lead for the Trojans.
It is their 3 quarters of play, 21-0 North Catholic, and now they stop the clock real quick, but they just still let it run right out. So we head to the 4th here on our video game of the week, and it's North Catholic 21, Elizabeth Forward 0, and it's the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Excella Health knows how important shoulders, knees, and ankles are to an athlete. Whether you're on the gridiron, under the boards, or walking a balance beam, being on the sidelines is never an option. Excella Health has a trusted team of orthopedic surgeons and athletic trainers right here in Westmoreland County. To learn more about Excella Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, visit them on the web at excellahealth.org. That's excellahealth.org.
380 Discount Warehouse in Murraysville carries a full line of brand new furniture at discount pricing. 380 Discount Warehouse carries Ashley, Liberty, Von Bassett, and Best Home Furniture, and many more. You can special order your furniture at discount pricing. While you're there, shop the many other departments, including tools, automotive, food, pet and wildlife, household goods and cleaning supplies, lawn and garden, and seasonal holiday decor. Visit them on the web at shop380.com or on the road on Route 380 in Murraysville. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 9 to 5. Shop 380 Discount Warehouse and save big.
We are back at Elizabeth Forward High School. We head to the 4th. It is 21-0 North Catholic leading Elizabeth Forward in a...
Look at this, column formation.
Wow.
Jim Harbaugh, University of Michigan, single file.
This is unique. I have never before seen it. As the center lines up on the football, everybody else in a single file line. And now they break for the punt.
Not that deceptive, but it was fun to see.
Snap in the dirt, punt off, and bounces inside and rolls towards the end zone and couldn't keep it in. Could North Catholic. And a touchback called. And Elizabeth Forward will start the drive at its own 20-yard line. And this matchup tonight on our video game of the week here on the TribLive High School Sports Network, such a pivotal matchup in this Class 3A Big East Conference. Elizabeth Forward came into tonight undefeated overall at 5-0 and 4-0 in the conference. Derry was second with a 5-1, 3-1 mark. North Catholic also tied for second, but in third due to the head-to-head with Derry, 5-1 and 3-1. Deer Lakes 3-2 and 3-2, Yawk 3-3 and 3-2 in fifth. Freeport 2-3, 3-3. Mount Pleasant 1-5, 1-3. Burrell 1-5, 1-4, and then Uniontown 0-6, 0-4. And now we have 11:52 left. Benedict takes the snap, hands it off, diving ahead, getting across the 20 for 2 yards on the carry was McCosey, and a second down and 8. But as we were just alluding to, right now we have ourselves a look at if this score stays, a 3-way tie atop where every team will have beaten everyone except each other in some way, shape, or form.
Please don't bring back the Gardner point system.
In the gun, Benedict drops back to pass, looks far sideline, catch is made, stepping up across the 30, breaking a tackle, and then moving back across the 30-yard line to be tackled down at the 32 after a 10-yard gain on the play, making the catch, and run ahead was Nico Mervis. No marking at the 31, so it's a 9-yard pickup.
You see that replay, Sean? The current rankings we have: Aliquippa 1, EF 2, Derry 3, North Catholic 4, Beaver Falls 5, and the reason the top 3 in this Big East Conference is important is you want to be on the opposite side of Aliquippa.
Yes. Snap taken, faked. Benedict trying to get around the edge, and he is brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And it is now a second down and 10 for Elizabeth forward.
The run pass option, he decides to keep it. Good tackle there by number 23 for the Trojans, Anthony Cerventi. Haven't seen him much on defense, but good tackle there.
Benedict drops back to pass again. That one an open pass. Spin move at the 40 by Mervis. Dives down. Maybe gets an extra yard or 2. It'll give him an extra yard. A pickup of 11 for Mervis. It'll give him 12 in a first down.
Yeah, it looked like he needed to turn up right away to pick up the first down, and he kind of circled back right there, almost lost it with that spin move, but then he gets submarine style forward.
Now Benedict rolls out, and he is bottled up, and that's a huge loss for Elizabeth forward from its own 44-yard line. Benedict flushed out of the pocket, had to roll out to his right to the far side of the field, knocked out at the 37-yard line for a loss of 7.
Credit for the sack goes to 25, Matthias Benson, and Vinny Padell was also there. But now back behind the sticks, it's second and long.
3 receivers on the near side of the field for Elizabeth forward. Benedict fakes the handoff, looks deep, going far side. Alberts makes the catch, 40-35, and finally brought down on the far sideline around the 30-yard line. It's a first down for Elizabeth forward.
Best combination for those two all game offensively. Benedict Alberts gets a step on the defender there. That was Laconi, and just did a nice job delivering it in stride to pick up the first down.
33 yards on the pitch and catch from Benedict to Alberts. 21-0, North Catholic leading. 9:45 left in the fourth. Benedict steps up in the pocket, wraps up, breaks a tackle or 2. He loses the football, diving on top of it and actually scooping it up and continuing to move is Benedict. Now we have a flag on the play, 2 flags out. Benedict loses the football, still gets up, scoops it back up, charges ahead for a 9-yard gain. And now the flags are out, and this could be an unsportsmanlike conduct on North Catholic.
Yeah, the late hit out of bounds is going to tackle an additional 15 yards for the Warriors. They're going to get inside the red zone for probably their best opportunity of this second half for sure, as the officials start to march off the 15 yards.
That will move the football to the 6.
You need to work on miking those officials.
Benedict making a play as it comes up right here.
Good block right there by McCosey. Benedict disappears, reappears, fights for extra yardage. Ball comes out. Credit him for getting right back up, scooping it. Almost losing it again and then getting piled on.
A 9-yard gain, and now on first down, a Turnover. Intercepted as Benedict throwing it to the far side of the field. Intercepted at the 3-yard line by Tyree Brown. And North Catholic takes over. Benedict looked and...
Oh, nice job undercutting that route. Nice diving catch.
So after the 9-yard pickup, after fumbling, scooping it up, getting an extra 15, the next play, Benedict throws an interception at the 3-yard line. Tyree Brown with the pick, and he has been all over the field for this North Catholic team, him and Nakai Hill-Green. And now standing in his end zone, Rocco, dive play up the middle and getting out of the shadow of his own end zone with a pickup of 4 on the carry is Branch. And actually, it was not Branch on the carry. It was Cerventi on the carry, his first of the night, and a pickup of 4.
Sean, I got 3 takeaways for the Trojans in this game. I inadvertently said 3 earlier, but that was the third one right there. Cerventi gets the run from his own end zone. Just playing it safe, trying to milk some clock.
2nd down and 6. North Catholic at its own 7-yard line, and now the...
Under 9 minutes.
Now a player for Elizabeth Forward is moving off the field in a substitution move. That's Ethan Kane.
Don't miss the network's newest show, the WPIAL Soccer Show with Bob Orquist and James Dotson every Wednesday night at 5:55, only on the Trib High School Sports Network.
Rocco, still in the gun, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, gets to the far sideline 10. Stiff arm at the line to game, moves and tackled down at the 15-yard line, and first down for North Catholic on the 8-yard pickup by Zach Rocco.
Yeah, broke that arm tackle there by the end, who then came back, 52. That was Buchanan. Did a nice job coming back and wrapping up Rocco, but Rocco did gain enough to pick up the first down for the Trojans as they're on the march. We hit 8.5 remaining here in the 4th quarter.
Quick moving game tonight. Rocco in the gun, jet sweep. Taking the handoff and being bottled up for a loss of a yard on the play was Pierce Corey, his first carry of the night. And a 2nd and 11 for North Catholic.
Taking her time, milking the clock. Just another, jet sweep, handoff, safe play. We're under 8 minutes for the Trojans.
Rocco killing time. Hard count to try to get Elizabeth Forward to jump. Did not work this time. Slowly checking over on the sideline. 3 seconds, and North Catholic's going to let time run down and call a timeout. With 7:35 left in the 4th quarter, we'll send you to break. The score, North Catholic 21, Elizabeth Forward nothing on your video game of the week here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Coming up after the game, it's the High School Sports Network Scoreboard Show. Our own Dawn Rebel has scores from around the WPIAL and analysis from our teams all across Western Pennsylvania. Watch on Trib, HSSN.TribLive.com or on over 15 affiliate radio stations around the region starting at 9:30.
A marquee Big East Conference showdown in Class 3A has been opened up a little bit. In the second half, it was 6-0 at the half, and now North Catholic leads 21-0 over the Elizabeth Forward Warriors, who just could not get any offensive momentum going, and a team that has been pinned deep in every single drive this evening. Now North Catholic has a 2nd and 11 from its own 15-yard line. Rocco in the gun, takes the snap, hands it off. On the dive, getting to the 20, 25, 30, now across the 35, and finally spun down past the 40-yard line at the 43 for a pickup of 28 on the carry. Anthony Cerventi, and another North Catholic first down.
We didn't see Severny much. Oh, that was not a clean exchange there in the first half. But now he's got the fresh legs, and there it is, blowing past some of the tired defenders of the Warriors to pick up that first down, their second of this drive.
He had 2 carries for 20 yards last week, eclipses that on just that carry. He has 3 tonight for 33 yards, averaging 11 a pop. Another fake to Cerventi, dive up the middle. There he goes. Rocco, 40, 30, 20, far side, 10, 5. See ya later. Zach Rocco takes it 56 yards. And it is now 27-0 North Catholic. And we have 6:58 left here in the fourth quarter.
Well, as you see, Rocco got past the second level, and he was just into the secondary of the Warriors, and no one was within 5 yards of him. 57-yard touchdown run for the Trojans. Rocco has 2 touchdown runs and 2 touchdown passes for the Trojans here tonight as they open up a 27-0
High
lead.
snap on the extra point, rolling out.
Fire drill.
And now rolling back to the middle of the field, getting to the near sideline and wrapped up and throwing it forward. Flag on the play. And now Elizabeth Forward scoops it up. We have another late flag in on the play. Pierce Corey is the one doing the holding. He's getting up gingerly, limping. He had the football at the 20-yard line and tried to chuck it forward. 2 flags came out at separate times. The score is 27-0. A penalty on North Catholic. And Elizabeth Forward can take this on the ensuing kickoff. See, the penalty is declined, so the extra point is no good. And we have 6:58 left here in the fourth quarter. And North Catholic has opened this one up. And ironically enough, it was 27-0. North Catholic lost to Derry 2 weeks ago. Elizabeth Forward beats Derry by 3 last week, and now it's 27-0. North Catholic leading EF.
While we own Friday nights, follow our Trib HSSN fall sports coverage every day with soccer and volleyball broadcasts and a lot more. Your home for all high school sports is the TribLive High School Sports Network. Every day at this website, hssn.triblive.com, we have something new for the football fan, including WPIAL and PIAA rankings, along with the district power rankings, 5 things to watch, the Trib 7 countdown, and much, much more.
Zach Rocco, 4 of 6 in the second half for 73 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and he now has 3 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown in the second half.
Very complete performance by the Trojans here tonight. The Warriors just really not able to get on anything going. It's going to go out of bounds.
And they decide opting to run in front of the football rather than let it roll out of bounds and start at the 40-yard line was Austin Roan. And that would have been the best field position Elizabeth Forward has had all evening. And instead of letting it roll out of bounds and take it at the 40, Elizabeth Forward will now start at its own 17, trailing by 4 scores.
Sean, just indicative of their head just not being in it right now. Down 27. Just a poor decision by the senior to try to make something happen there instead of taking the ball at the 40-yard line like you indicated.
This has been a great second half performance by this North Catholic team who sputtered 2 weeks ago against Derry. And now Elizabeth Forward in the gun. Benedict fakes the handoff, keep it himself and diving ahead, and he tackled down at the 20, a pickup of 3 on the play. And
I want to give some credit to the Trojans' defensive line.
Actually, new quarterback in for Elizabeth Forward, and it's Mervis running the quarterback position who picked up that 3-yard gain.
Nothing going for Benedict. Coach Collodi looking for something different. Puts Mervis back in the shotgun as he gives the hand signals.
And off, dive up the middle, Lewis. He is tackled down at the 22-yard line, a 2-yard gain, 3rd down and 5 for Elizabeth Forward, who is trying to put something on the board. The last time this team lost by 20-plus points came in the playoffs last year. They went 7-2 in the regular season, lost to Beaver 40-20 in the quarterfinal round, which is the first round technically for Class 3A. Following the snap, Mervis drops back, eludes pressure once, eludes pressure twice, looks downfield, throws near sideline, incomplete. Intended for Roan, and it is 4th down and 5.
Yeah, Sean, last year their loss to Central Valley 42-26 and South Park 18-14 until that one in the playoffs. This is a bit of a concession, putting in a different quarterback, running the ball in the first 2 downs, feeling that they just can't score the 28 points needed. They go 3 and out from their own 17.
High snap. Smith pulls it down. High, arching, wobbly kick. Bounces at the 45, reaches midfield, and will come back in. And Elizabeth Forward unaware at it rolling back into its own territory. And North Catholic will start at the EF 48-yard line with a 1st and 10 with 5:25 left in the 4th. And as mentioned, Elizabeth Forward with home woes dating back to 2003. If North Catholic puts some more points on the board and keeps this one at a 0 for Elizabeth Forward. Elizabeth Forward, going back to 2003, has lost its most games at home during that time frame by 31 or more points. They are 10-16 in games decided by that margin. Back to the pass is Rocco, looking down the near sideline, going for Browning, complete. In and out of the hands of Tyree Browning. Coverage was Austin Roan.
That one surprises me. Going for the long pass there with an opportunity to run some clock. Looking for Brown down the right sideline once again. Up 27.
Try to put the mercy on him.
Yeah, I understand that, but if a couple running plays, you take it probably around 3 minutes.
On the snap, dive up the middle, and pushing ahead to get maybe a yard on the carry. They'll give them 2 to be exact, is Cerventi.
Coming up after the game, it's the football scoreboard show. As you see Cerventi on the little off tackle. Dawn Rebel from the Excel Health Studios at the Trib High School Sports Network World Headquarters with all the scores and recaps from week 6 of the WPIAL football season. Don't miss the WPIAL football scoreboard show after the game, only here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Fake the jet sweep. Rocco cuts back 45, and he's tackled down at the 44. Another 2-yard pickup, and it's 4th down and 6 for North Catholic as we hit 4.5 minutes left here in the 4th quarter.
They would have ran it on the first one. They would have taken it under 4 minutes. As we sit now, 4:18 on the clock as it keeps ticking down. They're going to run it all the way down and take a timeout, I think, on the play clock.
10 seconds left on the play clock as the clock continues to run, and it's exactly what North Catholic's going to do, is call its final. Did they call the timeout, or did they take the delay of game?
Yep,
they take the delay of game as the clock winds to 3:55 left here in the 4th quarter.
Try to get some extra punting yards.
Yeah. Here's the football back to the 49 in Elizabeth Forward territory, so it will be a 4th and 11 for North Catholic, punting away. Brown back to punt. Alberts back to return. Brown stands at his own 37. Albert's at his own 17. Low snap, scooped up by Brown. Punts it in the middle of the field. Alberts calls for the fair catch. Bobbles it a couple times, but holds on, and Elizabeth Forward will start at its own 23-yard line. And if I'm correct, Kevin, is that Elizabeth Forward's best starting position?
Tell me again where they're starting this one.
We'll figure that out when we while we are at break with 3:46 left in the fourth. The score: North Catholic 27, Elizabeth Forward nothing. Here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
380 Discount Warehouse in Murraysville carries a full line of brand new furniture at discount pricing. 380 Discount Warehouse carries Ashley, Liberty, Vaughn Bassett, and Best Home Furniture, and many more. You can special order your furniture at discount pricing. While you're there, shop the many other departments, including tools, automotive, food, pet and wildlife, household goods and cleaning supplies, lawn and garden, and seasonal holiday decor. Visit them on the web at shop380.com or on the road on Route 380 in Murraysville. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 9 to 5. Shop 380 Discount Warehouse and save big.
Back at Elizabeth Forward High School, first play of the drive on 1st and 10 goes for no gain as Lewis gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and 10 for Elizabeth Forward, and starting at its 23, Kevin, is this the best position they had?
Their sixth possession was on the 24, so they were off by 1 yard. But they have been in poor field position on every of their 11 possessions.
Now taking it Mervis, bouncing outside, gets wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, and maybe gets back to the line to gain or dives ahead to pick up 1 yard. And as the clock continues to run, the score 27-0. They'll give them 1 yard on the carry, and it is 3rd and 9. Mervis wrapped up in the backfield quickly.
We've seen the Trojan defense be stout all night. Very impressive performance for them. They're looking to keep the goose egg on the scoreboard in this last 2.5 minutes.
Mervis drops back to the shotgun with 3 receivers on the far side of the field. Will drop back to pass, throws a pass over the middle and tipped out of the hands. Tyree Brown had it and tipped it away from a diving opportunity on the far sideline, and it is incomplete. Also back there, I believe it was Carson Linkowski. Or Carson Laconey, my bad. It is Carson Laconey, wearing number 5 for his road jersey. And now Elizabeth Forward to punt away, 4th and 9 from its own 24. Taking the low snap, punting it, and just a high wobbly kick. Bounces inside the 40, rolls back, and Elizabeth Forward will pin this at the 37-yard line. That goes down as a 13-yard punt for Andrew Smith. And North Catholic takes over with fantastic field position at the EF 37-yard line.
Come into the game 5-0, 4-0 in the conference, having a great season, and just a very, very disappointing performance for the Warriors today.
And if you're a North Catholic fan, this, just looking on the sideline, Nakai Hill Green, we haven't mentioned his name lately, and I'm seeing why. Nakai Hill Green standing around midfield, number 41, in crutches, and he is a huge playmaker for this North Catholic football team, both on offense and on the defensive side of the ball. The Division I recruit on the sideline in crutches, handoff, dive up the middle to the 35, and getting brought down at the 34-yard line for a gain of 4 on the play is Cerventi, and there he is.
Good spot by you, Sean.
Nakai Hill Green, the do-it-all man for North Catholic, especially defensively. Division I offers from Boston College. Amongst Syracuse is looking in on it.
Said Stanford called.
He is on crutches. Cerventi got 4 on the carry. He'll get it again, and he goes down for a loss of 2. And it is 3rd down and 8 for North Catholic. With 2:20 left here in the fourth quarter. North Catholic is just moments away from sending this one out as Branch checks out of the game. He is gingerly coming off the field. Also on the sideline in crutches with a bag of ice for North Catholic is Pierce Corey. Rocco holds the football, gets to the 35, cuts back, reaches for the 30-yard line, and maybe gets there.
Stays in bounds.
Stays in bounds to keep the clock running, and he does get to the 30 for a pickup of 6. Don't forget, coming up after the game, after our break, our scoring summary here on the TribLive High School Sports Network. Rocco gets 6 yards on the carry, stays in the gun, and checks to the sideline. We have 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. 4th down and 2. They can run the clock down to 8 seconds, decide not to, hands it off, and stacked for a loss of a yard on the play is Cerventi, and it doesn't matter because the turnover on downs only is going to signify that with 10 seconds left, that Elizabeth Forward is only one play away from potentially, if they can throw a Hail Mary and get down the field and score, just not being shut out in this one.
Great performance tonight by the Trojans. Complete performance. Rocco was excellent. Tyree Brown was excellent. They've hooked up for 2 touchdown passes.
Hill Green was fantastic on the defensive end, but now he's going to be in question as he's on the sideline in crutches.
And next week they play at home at Mars Athletic Complex against Uniontown. Uniontown's winless.
Mervis takes the football, runs east to west, wrapped up to the 27 for a loss at the 4 on the play for the final play of the game. And that will do it from Elizabeth Forward High School. The score, North Catholic 27, Elizabeth Forward nothing. And we will send it to break. When we come back, your scoring summary and your final stats here from Elizabeth Forward High School Stadium. It's the video game of the week here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveSYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Make the brand new Chick-fil-A Robinson your destination for a fast, fresh, and tasty meal. Chick-fil-A Robinson can really satisfy you with their signature sandwiches, nuggets and strips served hot and fresh, alongside the famous waffle fries. Need to feed a crowd or a tailgate on a Sunday? Chick-fil-A Robinson Catering has got you covered with hot or reheatable chicken trays. Visit their catering website at cfarobinsonCaters.com to book your business or social media event. Chick-fil-A Robinson Catering. We deliver. TribLive has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
Welcome back to Elizabeth Forward High School. A reminder that this year Fort Ligonier Days is celebrating our heritage then and now, October 12, 13, and 14. You can enjoy live music, browse over 200 craft vendors, taste foods from over 30 different food vendors. Visit the restaurants and merchants all around town. Don't miss out on the award-winning parade and reenactments at the fort where you can journey back to 1758. See for yourself why Ligonier is the most charming city in America. Don't forget, it's October 12, 13, and 14. Visit FortLigonierDays.com for the interactive map and more. And Sean, we're about to get ready to do our scoring summary. As it comes up on the screen, we have 4 scoring plays for the Trojans here tonight. This first one is Zach Rocco, the quarterback, on a 5-yard TD run, 5:29 into the first quarter. Extra point was blocked, 6-0 Trojans. This one is 6:07 in the third quarter. Rocco to Tyree Brown on a post pattern, 20-yard touchdown pass. 2-point conversion was good. Again, it was Rocco to Brown, 20 yards down the right sideline in the third quarter to 6:55 mark. Extra point was good, 21-0. And here's Rocco breaking free in the middle of the field. 5:01 into the fourth quarter, a 57-yard touchdown run for the quarterback for the Trojans. Extra point was no good. Final score 27-0. North Catholic defeats Elizabeth Forward. And that's your scoring summary for tonight's Big East 3A action here at Elizabeth Forward. The Trojans hand the Warriors their first loss of the season. They will move up in the rankings. They were 4. Elizabeth Forward was 2. It was a big night for the quarterback, and it was a big night for Tyree Brown. How we doing there, partner? I'm stretching. You ready for the individual?
I'm getting there. I have just a couple more to go with the passing and the rushing. But if
one of the themes as you finished that was Elizabeth Forward, all their starting, all their possessions where they started were all on their own, inside their own 30. And that was one of the storylines that they could not overcome, was poor field position. They started on their own 7, 15, 16, 8, 14 at the half on a kneel down. 24, that was their best starting position. 20, 17, 20, 17, 23, and their own 31 on one play before the end of the game. It just was not in the cards for the Warriors, as the defensive effort for the Trojans was outstanding. They started on their own 40, the EF 30, their own 6. They went 94 yards and scored. They started on their own 17, EF 47, EF 19 after a turnover midfield. On their own 3, Rocco scored 57 yards out. It's ironic, Sean. Their 2 worst field positions, they scored on both of those possessions on long touchdown drives, including the one that Rocco ran 57 yards for a touchdown. The Trojans with a very convincing and dominating performance here tonight at Elizabeth Forward High School. And you have the individual stats for us.
Yes, I do. And taking a look, passing the football, Rocco, he goes 10 of 18 for 193 yards and 2 touchdowns. And those 2 touchdowns went to Tyree Brown, who had a game-high 119 yards on 5 receptions and 2 touchdowns, a catch for 36 yards for Jaron Timmons, and 2 catches for 24 yards for Rashad Allen, 1 catch for 16 yards for Cameron Branch, and a single catch for -2 late in the game for Isaac Peterson. On the ground, leading the way was Branch, 16 for 95 on the ground. Then it was Rocco, 11 for 83 and 2 touchdowns, 7 for 36 on the ground for Cerventi, 4 for 20 for Nakai Hill Green, 1 for 7 for Tyree Brown, 1 for 6 for Rashad Allen, 1 for a negative yard for Pierce Corey. 246 rushing yards for North Catholic, 193 passing yards. North Catholic puts up 439 total yards of offense against Elizabeth Forward. And for the Warriors, in the passing game, going 9 of 17 for 127 yards and 2 picks was Zach Benedict. And the receptions, 3 receptions for 47 yards for Nate Alberts. 3 receptions for a total of 42 yards went to Nico Mervis. 1 for 3 yards for Evan Lewis. 1 for 5 yards for Christopher McCoskey. 127 rushing yards led by McCosey on the night was 66, 234 for Elizabeth Forward on the ground tonight. And that does it from Elizabeth Forward High School. The final score, North Catholic makes it a 3-way tie atop the Big East Conference with a 27-0 win over Elizabeth Forward. For Kevin Zielmanski, for Jess Levo on video, Kylie Owalk Justin LeBar, Chelsea Roundtree, and Ian Barclay. I'm Sean Saputo, thanking you for joining us on our Video Game of the Week. 27-0 North Catholic wins here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.